Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, and in this stream we are back playing one of my favourite games. I love Ghost Signal Stellaris. It is such a sleeper title, one of those other little buried gems of games that we've come across during the live streams that I've been doing. It's so good, and tonight I've got 3 keys to give away for it. We're going to start a fresh file. You're actually allowed to have up to 4 profiles on the go on this game at a time. So if you want to do one playthrough and then try different tactics on another, that is something that you can do. Satellites in the chat when I call it for a chance to be in with winning one of said keys. So we'll do it the setup. We'll go for right-handed. Seamlessly between controllers and hand tracking, so people know as well, because I don't think I've mentioned this during a live stream before. If you bash your controllers together, double tap them lightly twice when you have hand tracking on, it will deactivate them temporarily so that you can then go straight to hands instead of having to do it in the menus. Another one of those little known features.
Good day, Captain. Veer, your synthetic intelligence, ready as always.
I'll leave Veer on for this one to narrate, but he is going straight back off again when I start doing my challenge stream. So, right. Nice to see you, Veer.
The deep space receiver has picked up a stray signal.
Has it?
It is behaving erratically. We should return to base and analyze it.
Should we? I'll stop.
Before we
Agreed.
set off, let's make sure everything is fully operational. Starting by reviewing our weapon systems.
Yeah, let's do the tutorial, actually, because we usually do the tutorial in these sort of things. I'll just have to try not to mess it
Note the enemy
up.
hull indicator on this hologram. When depleted, the target is destroyed.
So, first things first, it's that crawl through space system to position the camera. I think it's very VR. I think it works really well. You can also turn yourself as well. I actually appreciate the vignette and leave it on for turning because this motion usually makes me sick. Note the enemy hull, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Noted.
The short-range blaster cannon does increased damage against hull. Ammunition circles the crosshair.
So, usual tropes here. Cannons for hull, lasers for shields. And it's as simple as that. And you kind of target by pointing.
As always, Captain.
Right
Ammunition
there,
refills
right.
automatically over time. As for threats armed with shields, the long-range laser will inflict the most damage.
Well, you see, part of the thing, Op, is that we're not just giving away keys here, we're potentially getting people interested in the game. So if I go through the tutorial, that means that you don't have to, because it's a simple tutorial. The movement is the most difficult part about this game, and it's very intuitive.
Missiles have near infinite range and are very effective against both hull and shields.
No, I don't think of the viewers. I don't
Missiles
want
are
to be
powerful,
sick,
but
Op.
have limited ammunition. More ammunition can be salvaged from hostile encounters.
No, it does scrambles my brain when I turn actually in VR. I'm fine with snap turn, but I usually do all of my turning in real life. But obviously, I'm sat down, so that's a bit difficult.
Weapon system calibration complete, Captain. Let's check ship movement controls.
Affirmative. So, this does look like quite a lot of nonsense, and I suppose it is, because that's more complicated than it needs to be. Basically, the way the movement system works in this game, you hold down a button. Not only does that give you this line, which you can then kind of control with your hands, again, very intuitive, but it puts the game into slow time as well. Slow time when you are doing things in RTS games, I've actually found quite a bit of a love for recently. Aliens Dark Descent, I don't think I would have been able to get through unless I got slow time during the tactical pause, which is nice. And then what you do is you pick your waypoints and then you let go of the button and you'll just fly there in real time. So the biggest tip that I can give you on this game is just keep making sure that you have the maximum amount of waypoints at all times so that you are constantly moving, because then you're getting out of the way of ships and you're moving either away or around fire. So the other thing is palm up and we can see the sector map. This is basically a roguelike RTS. And you'll see we have our sector map here. This is the main roguelike element of it, is random levels, choice, random events, various things happen, and then on top of that you've also got choices to make with various bits and pieces as well. So let's get ourselves to the asteroid field. Hello Sven, welcome to the stream. Don't need any satellites yet unless you're just getting them in for your recent thing. I will call the giveaway soon though, so don't
Valuable
worry.
resources can be salvaged from hostile ships, but also from drifting rocks. Our scanner has near infinite reach. The laser is recommended when targeting asteroids due to its long range.
And I'll tell you that the laser, I recommend the laser not just for its long range, but because there is a very good power up in this game which gives you a higher yield from asteroids when you use the laser. So it does recommend to do it because it's the longest range. Get into the habit of. So there is an element of resource mining within the game as well, and you scan the asteroids with this, and then you pick up the things with this as well. If only it had a sound effect. Yum, yum, yum. There you go. See, I can do the sound effects, it's fine. I do a wicked golem as well, but not this stream, I don't think. Doesn't really suit the sci-fi theme, does it? So scrap is the currency of the realm. Now that we're finished here, we're going to travel to the next sector, and I think that's the tutorial over. So it is quite a short tutorial, but it's one of those games where it gives you enough, and then there's a lot of exploration and finding out and working things
FS612, Captain. The strange signal has been analyzed. When decrypting the irregular pulses emanating from deep space, we found a faint embedded message.
Well, let's hear that message. I'll be honest with you, Veer, it's starting to sound like Event Horizon, and if that film has taught me anything, always listen to the message multiple times and get it cleared up before you send a team in to go and check it out.
It is impossible to decipher its meaning.
You know, liberate me, liberate tutor me.
Might shed some light.
Two very different things.
Establishing uplink to the UNE core server. Stand by. Strange. Uplink to UNE HQ is non-responsive. Re-establishing connection. Warning. Catastrophic waveform incoming. Energy reading immeasurable.
Liberate me? No. Liberate tutor me. Hello, Doghead Punch. Oh, it hasn't started for you. I'm just doing the tutorial now, dude. It should be all up and running. What you can do is in the bottom left-hand corner, and this is a good shout for anybody who doesn't want to miss out, there is a live button. If that live button does not have a little well, it's a live word, the word live down here somewhere. If it does not have a red light next to it, you are not up to press with the stream. You can get up to press by the stream by pressing on live, and then that will bring you to us live. As far as keys giveaway is concerned, don't worry, I'll tell you how to. We'll be doing a giveaway probably in about the next 10 minutes.
Captain,
I would imagine.
The anomalous event has ceased. Personnel and technology are seemingly unharmed, apart from a few key functions. Strangely, long-range communication and skip drive are non-functional, while all other systems are intact. We cannot
is it
return
right?
to our
I thought
core
it was
systems
left.
or receive vital resources like nutrients. We should not rule this out as an attack. It seems deliberate.
Doesn't it just?
Still transmitting. I have traced the signal, and it originates from the same direction as the energy wave. To reach the source, we need to go into uncharted space. It is imperative, Captain. If we do not solve our situation, we will perish.
Yeah, that's right, Von. You're on the right.
Hostile ships approaching, Captain. These parts of space are not safe. Remember to switch between blaster and laser.
Yeah, ships are real handy. Shields are real handy too. Hostile ships approaching. Okay, so I'll try.
Most efficient against enemy hull.
Yeah. Yep, I don't need to know that. So, plot our course, target, and fire. We can do our scanning whilst we're in combat, but we won't actually be able to mine anything whilst we're there. Well, yeah, the captain does have to. I mean, I'm not going to trigger red alert. My shields are on automatically. My crew is sorted. Well, as I said, I'll try and get close to the action. So,
emitting a beacon. Scan it to retrieve a component.
This, what we are doing now, is basically the game loop. So you go into a sector, you complete the challenges. Sometimes there'll be events, sometimes there'll be encounters, sometimes you'll get rewards. The rewards work on a roguelike choice basis. When you first start the game, you have no meta progress. The meta progress you pick up from killing enemies and doing tasks. The meta progress then unlocks more of these modules. Now, this is where the choice side of things comes in. We have two choices. The freeze ray. Once equipped, the first level of it, because we can upgrade each of these to 3 levels as well, the first level of it decreases the target movement speed when hit by this is the symbol for laser, by 25%, slowing your enemies down whilst you are attacking them at long range. Good, we like that. Decoy drones adds decoy drones to be targeted by enemies, number of drones 1. This is better for you if you are not au fait with the game, haven't played through it before or what have you, because the enemies will go after this and destroy these instead of you. Yeah, I'm trying to be, Kim. I'm trying to be. The stream should also be a lot clearer, so you should be able to see a lot more of what I'm doing. I'm hoping. I'll try and maintain this, but this is the thing. Well, I'm trying to not make it on me and put it onto you lot. If I start straying away from the ship, let me know, because I'm trying to do combat. There we go. But it might be to do with the clearness that we hopefully have now. So that's the level complete. You can destroy all the asteroids if you want to, but you don't have to. There's no real.
We're set to move out, Captain.
All right,
Please
don't take the piss.
map.
So we have our list of upgrades here, and we have our sector map here. These are normal battles, these are choices, space creatures. This P, the game is, I think it's asynchronous, where as other players are playing, if they die, you can go and salvage their remains, a la, well, Light Brigade does it, and it's kind of a smaller feature than what Dark Souls does when people die and stuff, and you can see their deaths. In this, people die, we can go and sift through their remains, I guess. We have shops, we have elite battles as well, and that's pretty much everything that's within this game. Now, the way that I try and play, but I'm going to try and show off everything tonight, is I avoid these because more often than not, they're a choice that I don't want to make, and I'm a bit of a gambler when it comes to these games. So if I avoid them like the plague, you can try and rely less on RNG and actually, you know, min-max the game. Ideally, our best route would actually be this, so that's what we'll do. And these ones are just standard battles. You'll get a little bit of scrap and meta progression for killing the enemies here, and there may or may not be a little bit of mining.
Our radar has detected a new threat moving out of it. Finally.
Yeah. I remember here, don't worry. Get this out the way. I don't need that. So you see, that slows him down. Now, although I am using lasers on him, even though he hasn't got any shields, any damage is good damage. And of course, because you can do the lasers at quite extreme ranges, and you only have a limited amount of ammunition before your burst is up, so to speak, your things are constantly recharging, as you can see. That's what that orange bar around the outside represents. So even if it's not the most effective, even if we're using lasers against hull and guns against shields, it's not too bad. You should often find yourself using lasers against all enemies because that is your longest range thing. Any more for us to collect? No. This, again, I like that, you know, you've got at least a little bit of VR thing to do. You know, this is part of what makes this game that could have just easily been a flat screen game, an actual VR game. And what we'll do, I think, I'm going to have a look at the skybox. And whilst we do that, we'll do our first key giveaway. So, if you would like to win a copy of the fantastic Stellaris Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, rather. I'll just call it Ghost Signal. It's a mouthful. We want satellites in the chat. Off you go. If you pop a satellite in the chat, you're in with a chance to win. We've got 3 of these to do. This will be the first one. Again, it's one of the things that I try and comment on and never look at is the skyboxes within this game and all of these things in the background. Like, these look like, for any 40k fans amongst us, these look like your 40k Forge Worlds, or maybe even a Chaos one. That's not too much off of a Chaos star in the, or the 8-pointed star in the middle there. And then you've got just asteroid fields and various moons and various bits and pieces and a space station in the background. And then underneath us, we've got a full-on planet with teeming with life as well. You are, the way that the game is done is you are basically a big, you fight within a big box, and very rarely will you get to the edge of that box, but if you do, your hands go red and you can't pull yourself any further. But you have quite a big area, as you can see me pulling my way across it. You have quite a big area to pull yourself around, and it also goes up. Don't actually know how far you can go down. Quite far. All the way down and all the way up as well. So you've got a big area to fight in. And yeah, space box, isn't it, Op? Thank you. Who would have thought Opsar would have been pedantic? No, not Op. He is quite right though. So what we'll do is I'll do the next battle and then we'll call an end to the giveaway, since we've got plenty of satellites floating around me at the moment. So this is going, I will do some of these as well so you can see some of them tonight. Space creatures are one of 8 encounters, I think it is, with the various space creatures in the game. Some easy, some hard. You could get any as your first one. Some of the rewards for these are great, some of the rewards for them are rubbish, but you will get a reward. The best kind of technically. That is definitely the best kind of definitely. So what I'm doing when I wave the cone thing around is I am scanning. The only thing you are scanning for in this, and I'm being quite lazy with it as well, so I'll try and demonstrate a little better. I've just found it the most efficient technique for collecting the resources. But that's what it is. I'm doing that and waving it across all of the asteroids to see if any of them may have resources. And also, it's how we collect the cash and the meta progress currency that you get within the game. So that'll just float there until collected. And it just breaks up the monotony of plotting courses and firing at ships. But the combat's great in this. Oh, you're down there, are you? Crashing into asteroids, you fucking idiot. And the detail on the ships, I think, is clean and it looks awesome. I've said it before and I've said it again. Like I have no
other UNE crews operating this far out.
So this just gives us a little bit of backstory as to what that is. So I won't spoil it. Glad I'm not fighting alone, right? So this is a Stellaris game. I have never played, or very limitedly played, any Stellaris games. So anybody who has any idea of any Stellaris lore, or if you see anything and are like, oh, that's in Stellaris, that's this, and that's cool, please do shout it out. I've never played Stellaris, and it has not taken away from this game one iota. I think the system could lend itself well to any game, and again, I always say this when I stream this game. Star Trek screams to mind. This should be, or this could be the Enterprise flying around, and I think the navigation system, the targeting, and the way it all works is absolutely fantastic. So we also use this if we point it at things, points of interest, to scan them. And if we hold it on there, that'll complete the scan. And this is the remains of Iferasan, which will be a player in the game that died at this point within the game. Not necessarily doing the same thing that I did, but you know, within the first couple of levels. Special rerouting. Chance of instantly recharging energy when depleted. 10% probability. I hate things that have a low probability, and even when they get to this, I'm not a fan. But this is one that is not a choice. This is just given. So we take those, obviously. We can sell them, but if you keep hold of them, they won't appear in things like shops or as rewards later down the line. So there's an argument for keeping hold of them as well. One last scan just to make sure. Another little top tip as well before we end the giveaway. Always pull back. I've had it on plenty of occasions where you start here and you're doing the combat and you're fighting the good fight and blasting asteroids and doing your laser shit, and asteroids are put here and here and behind. And if you scan those, I've had it plenty of times where I've pulled back and it just so happens that one of those asteroids that they put outside of my field of view is here. So always move back a couple and give it a scan. Your scanner, even though it isn't infinite ranged, always pull out apt. Always pull out in time apt. So always pull out and give it a wiggle. And just because that cone only goes that far, it has got infinite range. So, and that's why you'll see me going at the start of a level, because that'll identify any asteroids. Always pull out, give it a wiggle. Silver Tongue Devil 2024. So next things next, we're going to go to the utility trader.
This sector contains a friendly components trader. Scan the ship to open up a
Excellent,
communications
Epsan.
channel.
Well done. That's very good. I think you just won the internet there. Excellent work. Right. So this is the trader. So Von, if you would like to pick us our first winner of the evening, and I will... Hello, Mikhail. We'll have a look at what the trader has to offer us. So, we don't have much in the ways of resources, which is why a visit to shops when you are low on resources is not a great idea. This is actually a very good, and really good for our first run, and we're getting it very early. We will gain additional scrap every time we enter a new sector, so that's each one of those little moves. It starts out as 10, and if we can upgrade that as soon as possible, we will get value out of that. So it's not going to help us in combat, but it will eventually, because we'll get a lot of bits and pieces. The other, well done, Sven. The other thing to note as well is even on the traders, anywhere where there's asteroids, give it a scan. I've had it plenty of times where there's resources, even on a trader. He actually buys the scrap that you can find in these. Why he doesn't just mine it himself, I don't know. But anyway, too lazy. The snail's too lazy to check, obviously. So I'll buy this one because I rate this one. There we go there. So we now have the scrap attractor. I haven't got enough to upgrade these. We need 200. So as I said, for anybody who wins, if you be kind enough to join my Discord, it'll also plug you into additional bits and pieces. Oh, there you go. Fon's already on it. Fair, fine. But yeah, if you put your Discord name either in the chat or join my Discord just so that we can find you and get the key to you, that's always the easiest way to do things. But you only need to do that if you win. I don't need your details otherwise, so expect sales material in the post. So next we're going to do an elite battle. Elite battles give you a guaranteed choice reward, which can sometimes be higher level if you have the meta game progression. So these are what I go for. Again, if you are new to the game, avoid these until you have got a lot of meta progression and you've got a powerful ship, because these fights will put you on your ass. I might even die on this one because we are a very weak little ship. Very weak. I mean, we're not going to die, but you know, I've got to make it dramatic, haven't I? Maybe I'll scream a little bit. I won't. Yeah, thanks very much. So you can see now from that warp signature that that's going to be a little bit bigger than the little fighters and corvette classes that we've been fighting so far. This is hopefully not a carrier, but it could be. I'm going to fire missiles at it because fuck these guys. There you go, got him straight off the bat. Look at that. So we've used both of our missiles there to take that threat down, and it's just as well because those ones are the ones that will get you during your runs, because they will literally, until killed, keep on spawning enemies, and they'll get you. Don't think they won't. Trying to do good job of cameramanning. Yeah, do confirm that, Sven, because we always want to make sure we give the key to the right person. There we go, look. Easy job. As I said, I am reasonably experienced in this game in that I have played it way too much and gone through it in a lot more difficult modes than this as well, I might add. But it's still difficult at the start. Oh, cool. So, what do we got?
Anything good, Captain?
Not really. So, Hunter's Mark reduces all damage effects from creatures. I think this doesn't just include space creatures that we have in encounters. It also includes some of the enemy types that you fight later on, which are less ships and more bioorganics. So, but it's still not very good in comparison to the other one. This is 10% damage to specific things. This is 10% damage for everything, like that last one was, but there is a trigger, and it is nearby targets. Because we're quite a weak little ship, things will be getting close to us, so an extra 10, 20, 30%, always good. Always good. And what this denotes is that we are traveling to the next... This is the sector map, and we're traveling to the next sector map. You can go onto this and find out what's next for nothing. You do that and it puts you onto the next sector map. So the reason why I mention that is don't do any of your upgrading or messing around until you've had a look and planned your route. It's all part of the plan. So what we'll do here as well, and as you can see, planning your route is a very big thing in this game. We will have a look at a space creature, shall we? See if I can get something good for the run, and then we'll go for another elite battle, and then we'll head towards the Tinkerers. They are another kind of merchant, basically. So, ooh. I'm pretty sure I did it, but let's have a quick... Check a little look at the old skybox there. Oh, look! Somebody's put the sun in a dodeca... I don't even know how many sides that is. But I know that is harvesting energy from it. And then we've got another forge world there by the looks of things. And again, it's like the amount of times that I don't just spin around in my chair and have a look at this. I've done it a lot when I'm not streaming it, but the skybox in this is absolutely fantastic, and hopefully it's coming across on stream and you can see some of it. So, right, one last check. No, let's go and space creature. They did indeed. They did indeed, Op. Hey, space whale, good. We like space whales. So, one of my favourite upgrades to get. We are not going to get any of these asteroids. Ooh. Oh no. Ah, waste. That is not a carrier one, that's a launcher one. So we want to sit back and deplete his shields. I didn't need that missile. Make sure we target his missiles to shoot. And then we'll just finish him off with lasers at distance. You don't want to get close to those ones. Collect those. Obnoxiously close. See, the other thing as well that I forget is with the setup that I have, there's a likelihood that there is no zoom on the stream, so I probably have to be even closer to get a good angle of the action for you guys than I really should be. This is part of the reason why you keep make sure your ship is always moving and you'll stay alive.
This sector contains a creature.
Lovely.
A non-hostile space whale. It is
Space
too big
whale!
to challenge, but scan it to retrieve a unique component.
Is it too big to challenge though for you? A cockpit view would actually be really good. I wonder if they could make it work though. Interesting thought. So, yeah, no worries, Sven. Hopefully you enjoy it. One thing that I would ask for any winners is do let us know in the comments whether you actually like it or not. I have no horse in that race. I'm just here to give you away the keys and show you what I think are good games. I try not to give away keys for games that are not at least good or average. So this one I believe is one of the best titles on the Quest, easily. So, oh, there we go. Oh, my hands are going all weird. This is, like, ever since I've got the Quest Pros, like, they're very good tracking, but every now and again they just like the normal ones. So this, in my opinion, is one of the best upgrades that you can get in the game. The drill ray increases mined scrap when destroying asteroids using the laser. This is why you always use the laser to destroy those. And on the mission that you get it on, you want to pick it up first before you start destroying. Yeah. Before you start destroying the rocks. And if you wanted to be super cool, then you would upgrade it before you start mining them as well. We've got 273, so we can indeed upgrade our drill ray, and then that'll double the yield 100%, and then we can get it up on the next level to tripling the yield. And it just basically means we'll have a lot of scrap, which means you won't have to make any buying choices, and we'll be able to upgrade everything and make ourselves powerful. Let's upgrade that, and then we mine. There are other ships that are unlockable within this game as well. They were actually added on as a free DLC. This game used to be just this ship, and it held my interest just as well as it does now. However, the new ships that you get in this, there's two of them. One is a vampiric ship, and it works. The thing that I like about the different ships in this game is it changes the way that you play. It isn't just a color scheme or a skin. It changes dynamics, it changes things about the game, and it gives you some awesome extra weaponry to play with. One ship is designed for ramming. It has next to no shields, but your blasters recharge your shields. The other one has the ability to skip instead of traveling from its waypoints, and as it does so, it drops energy mines. We'll see an enemy that does that later that the ship is based on. And the vampiric one as well is apparently also really good for ramming, if you like to go to ramming speed. I struggle to ram well with that game, with that ship. Not my forte. Tell you that for nothing. Let's get ourselves to the next sector. Even this looks freaking awesome. And all it is like that kind of, well, it's not Matrix code, but you know. Quick scan, and I always try and move away from where you start, but by and large, you always want to be moving, because then when things try to ram you, they miss you. That's going to be a problem. I think that's a carrier one. So let's give him a missile. Lovely. Deal with his fighter support. And then hopefully that's not another carrier. If you are playing this game and you are finding yourself losing silly amounts of shields and health from anything, a lot of the time it's because a lot of the little stuff in this game has a blast radius when they die. And so you want to, it's part of the thing that the carrier classes. Like, look at that. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not going to blow your socks off, but the models in this game look, even up close, absolutely fantastic. And it all adds. You know, I never get a chance to smell the roses on this game. It's like most RTSs that you play. Total War's another one. I do some awesome battles. Do I ever save the replays? Do I? Fuck. Do I ever go back and watch them? No. They're just little tiny men running around doing my bidding. And that's fine. Again, it's... Well, I'll talk about that Shogun game later. But it's part of the reason why I'm enjoying that. Because it's turn-based, you can zoom in and smell the roses. There we go. Zap, zap, zap. The other thing, and hopefully I'll get to show it off tonight, is there are asteroids in this game that are about the... I always joke. About the same size of my head, after I've given you a particularly rizzy little tip. But they're huge, and when you scan them, they don't actually show that they contain resources. You'll know which ones I'm talking about. They're like 3 or 4 times the size of this, and they're quite rare. You'll maybe see 1 or 2 in a run. Destroy them because they actually have asteroids inside that when you scan, they have resources. Yes, up there. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Hello, Indy. You can't have keys. I know you struggle with keys at the best of times. Size of my ego, right, Von? Right, Von? That's right. I have got a key for you on that Space Docker VR. Who wants to see Indy play Space Docker VR blind? I know I do. I know he is a bit of a docker. Oh, another one. Alright, let's get a missile into this. Because if it is... I think that's... Yeah, that's the missile ship. So that's still bad. And because he's called in all of his reinforcements, we've downed his shields. We're now going to get away and try and deal with this little lot. Uh-oh. That'll hurt. Fuck. This is one of them elite battles I was telling you about. Lovely. More. If you get far enough away from these big ships, you do go out of their range, but until then they will just keep on pestering you with these missiles. God, they're sending... How many waves? So what I'm trying to do here is kill them as quickly as possible without getting hit by these missiles. It's the missiles that will absolutely wreck you on this game. There, that should calm down now. The other problem that we have with this guy is if we get too close, he'll shoot his cannons at us, and his cannons are almost like guaranteed hits. They're that fast. But let's see what we can do. And again, I mean, it's the same model, but hey, at least they've changed the colour to denote that it is a higher threat of ship. Purple mean bad, basically. Let's see if we can close the distance.
We did it, Captain.
Lovely. So the other thing to note with this game as well is that as you're playing it, you can take damage to your shields. Your shields regenerate after every single sector. Your hull doesn't. Your hull needs repairing. So if you can make sure that you're not taking enough damage to strip you of your shields, you should never take any damage to your hull. And that way, we can stay alive a lot longer. And again, this is a roguelike. I know some people don't like that style of game. When you die, you go back to the start. That's how roguelikes are. That's how they work. In this game, it is designed so that you are supposed to die as you are getting that meta progression to make yourself more powerful. I've played this enough that I shouldn't. But, you know, accidents happen.
Which do you prefer?
Well, show me them. That's round there. There we go. So, salvage expertise, blaster reloader. This one's not bad. It's great to get early doors, and it's great to level up quickly, but 10, 20, and 30% more scrap, and bear in mind this is just enemies, not hundreds of percentages from asteroids that we're constantly mining. Although you do get a lot from enemies, 10, 20, and 30%, this is the worst of the ones that you can generate scrap on. Again, in my oh so humble opinion. So we'll go for this one, the blaster reloader. So this decreases the time it takes for us to reload our cannons. That's always good. That's always wanted, especially if we're going to be using said cannons. And what we'll also take the time to do here as well is we'll upgrade our drying mill. Yes, we'll upgrade our drying mill. We'll upgrade our drill ray to the top level. So now when we destroy asteroids, we'll be getting, unless I've already done it, I think I already did it. Ugh. well, we would have been getting 200%, so 3 times the normal yield. Those are not the asteroids that I'm talking about either. You'll know if they're them because when you destroy them, there's more little asteroids of like these, like nuggety sizes inside. Next sector. So, what do you reckon, K2? How's my camera work tonight? I'm trying to zoom in, as I said, on the action, because this should be fairly straightforward for me. So, but as I said, famous last words and all that jive. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's off with the cannons. Stella. Good one. Ooh. So see how much shield we just lost there from ramming? And there's probably more on the way. This we want to avoid. Like the bloody plague. Oh, I see what you've done there. Good start. Ooh, not good start. So we've got a lot of threats on. So you know that life bar that we had? Oh, shit. It's actually going to be quite difficult to repair that as well, because you haven't got any of the meta progression. Thanks, Vaughn. So that should give you an indication. If you are after a challenge and I'm making this look quite straightforward and simple, it is not. That's a combination of 2 missiles, 1 ram, and a little bit of damage from a normal ship. This game's not easy as well. If you are after a challenge, you will find it here. If you are after a continual challenge, which scales as the meta progression does, a la In Death Unchained and other games of that sort of ilk, where they actually get harder as you are also getting tougher, then this is another one for you. Thank you, Vaughn. Double of what you make now. I can't possibly give you more keys. Can't possibly. One day, Vaughn. One day I'll pay you. I mean, I'm gonna need like a lot more subscribers and a lot more views, but one day. Right. I was actually very happy to see my Into the Radius video is doing quite nicely, and it is just a mashup of a lot of the videos that I've done previously, but I figured it was worthwhile doing, and CM Games are paying me in keys for that, which, you know, I prefer cash, but keys will do for Into the Radius 2. So I should have some big giveaways coming up from that. 4 keys to give away per giveaway, and I'm supposed to be getting 12. We shall see. Let us... We'll probably be able to get the value out of that. Part of the reason why you want to upgrade this one sooner rather than later is because you're spending 200. Unless we get, after upgrading it, unless we get at least, say, 8 sectors or 7 sectors done, then it's costing us more than we're going to get back for it. So 1 upgrade on that is probably enough. And to be fair, we haven't got a lot in the ways of weaponry to upgrade, so... That was a silly choice. Actually, completely forgot about the Tinkerers coming up. And this is why, it's a good example.
We seem to have found
good example, isn't it?
Known for their exceptional craftsmanship and cumbersome sibling rivalry.
Right.
Contact each one before making your choice.
So, as far as the Tinkerers are concerned, 3 ships. 1 allows you to increase the maximum number of missiles. 1 allows you to heal. The other one allows you to remove defects, which are basically negative upgrades or downgrades, or something along those lines. I haven't got any tips for Guardians. Kim, you've got a channel. Why don't you go and make them? Hey there, y'all. K2 here doing tips in 32 ticks. Then you can make it a little bit different. So even I nailed the voice there, I think. So what I should do here is I should repair my hull. I'm going to live on the edge, and we're going to buy an extra missile slot, because even if we die, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hello, Crazy Xenomorph. Good. I am glad you are enjoying the game. It is fantastic. One of the, as I said, one of the best titles we have on the quest. So, after you have been through the 2 sector maps, you come to your first boss. The bosses can also evolve. So what I was going to say there as well, before you do upgrades, make sure you've got enough for your shops. They really are. It doesn't come with home environments, actually. Right now, I've got the advantage here on this thing of knowing which of these modules are the nasty ones. So I'm going to try and deal with them first. And the way that this one works is there's these big modules that have got a hell of a lot of health and shielded. And they're just going to basically start throwing attacks out at us. And as you destroy them... Still don't know how you're supposed to get out of the way of that one sometimes. What do you mean a bit? That was you to a T. What are you talking about? Right, I will finish this boss and then we'll see about doing the nudge. The way to get out of the way of that one is to do that. But it's having the throttle, the throttle to do it. Or having the special bar to do it. This isn't looking great because we've lost a lot of shields already. If we can take that one out, we'll be fine. This is not looking good, chat. Yeah, should have gone for that. If I can kill it. That was ridiculously close. I might still die here. We are on Death's Door. Now, we just have to move away. And then we should be fine. This module's the one that I usually leave till last because it's basically a shotgun, and the further away you are from it, it doesn't spread quick enough to do stuff. So even if we end up just lasering this one, it might take a while, but we'll get it eventually. I don't want to get too close because it'll get me. But you'll see if you keep moving with this one, you'll get it. One of the hardest parts of this boss is that there are different modules, and that you need to know which modules do what and which ones you hate to have to deal with. I hate having to deal with ones that launch ships or fire missiles or launch mines, and they're the ones that I have kind of memorized to know which ones to go after. Uh-oh. That was close. Good job I had the boost. But we've got boost. I'm not using the boost anywhere near as much as I should be. Because it is for evasion. But we should be able to finish this one off. I'm playing it very safe here. Normally I would shoot past it and blast it. But it should be... Oh, no. No, gentlemen. I'm going to drop an information bomb on you now. And they do say, chat, for you, those of you who don't know, with great power comes great responsibility. I have all of my chat read out to me because we don't have the ability to get, or I never had the ability to get... Captain. Sweet nothings in my ear. That's quite right, Von. I have never been able to get that up on my hand from the old days of the quest. I do believe that you can do it now, but I've practiced enough and played games enough now whilst listening to you lot that I can do it fine anyway. So just bear that in mind. I am talking to you guys, listening to what you're saying, listening to the game and playing the game. So I'd love to think that that's special, but I've been able to always do that, and I think I've got a bit better. We'll take the blaster sequencer. Again, this is situational damage for very few situations. This is just more damage for our blasters, which we are using a fair amount. We did get a decent amount of health back from that as well. So, zoom in. There you go. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, I was under a bit of strain there, if I'm honest, Kim. That was a tough battle. And that was just the first boss. And we almost copped it again. So, not doing so great. We will go this way. We'll go and have a look at one of these random things. And then we'll go for an elite battle. No, not at all. No, Xenomorph. I'm cooking. This ain't my first rodeo on this game, let me tell you. Now you'll see that the regular fighter style enemies are starting to get shields. So we want to flick between our lasers and then finish off with blasters to be most efficient. I do appreciate the fact that the enemies can collide with the asteroids. That is awesome. This level is particularly nasty, as you'll about to see in a minute, for that. Half of what was left of my shield came off because of the blast radius of the enemies. Right, let's go and mine. No, I'm not cooked, I'm fine. We'll be alright. Just trying to make it a bit dramatic, Xeno, that's all it is. What fun is it if I'm at constant full health and constant full shields? That's no fun at all. There's got to be some sort of threat of me dying and failing miserably. Because after all, is it not failure that we're here for? To be honest with you, I reckon anyone can do it. It just takes some patience and some time to get it all going, gentlemen. It really does. I started doing it on In Death Unchained, which is a game that I became so familiar with that I'm just on autopilot. Right? So. Hello, Doc. No, I've always been able to talk whilst I'm doing things. So, we are going to go for this one next. What we like on time, Von? Did you nudge and I haven't paid attention? I don't even know. Probably. Has there been a nudge? I don't know. I know there was a battery check. I got the battery check. Anyway, I'll wait to be nudged. And... Okay. Oh yeah, I said I was going to do the boss. I said I was going to do the boss, didn't I? Yes. 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 Eternal Starlight is different. Eternal Starlight is another fantastic game, and I never play that one enough. That one's probably got an even better roguelike element to it because you can grow a fleet, and I believe you can take that fleet on infinitely. And you can play as different races, and the different races have different fleet options and compositions and weaponry. And that one you actually get to control multiple ships, and then it's capital ship combat. So Eternal Starlight, maybe yes, we can go to the well, I wanted to show one of these off. I've shown one of the creatures off. The one thing that I would say, okay, right, whilst I'm chatting about all of this, so I'll talk about creatures and I'll talk about this. We don't want to go to too many of those. I'll explain why in a minute, and we haven't seen these yet, and I want to kind of try and show some of them off. So with that in mind, whilst I'm yammering away, if you guys would like to get satellite in the chat for your chance to win a key of this glorious little game. So we want satellites in the chat if you would like a chance to win a key for this. They're all Quest 3 keys, by the way, as well, because we don't the PCVR. No, not on this channel. I haven't got time for it. I haven't got time for all that faffing. I've got enough things to do. I've got to play the game, I've got to listen to the game, I've got to listen to you lot, and I've got to listen to... and then talk as well. So, and one more headache is PCVR. No, thank you. Not tonight. So, we are going to go for this one. You don't want to go for too many space creatures, and the reason being is there's a limited number of these. I think there's only 8, and we've had it in a stream before where I've encountered the same one 4 times. And the problem with that is you get the reward once, and if you start upgrading it, there's no point selling it because you'll lose out on money. And if you already have the upgrade from a space creature, you can't get it again unless you sell it before you scan it, which is a strategy, but the best ones that you can get from this you do not want to sell. So because of that, you want to keep your space creature visits down to a minimum. 1 or 2 in a run would be my recommendation. You also want to stay away from these because it's these that add that massive RNG failure thing. Let's go! I don't do enough of these in my streams. I really should, because some of them are quite cool. Like, there's always like an interesting structure or an interesting planet. Like, for instance, for you Warhammer 40k nerds, Necrons much? So...
Defect for
yeah, I've told them about defects are. Again, do scan around your environment always, because you never know when there's an asteroid that's got resources in it. It is always worthwhile having resources for these, because some of them do need resources. If as far as the satellite dock, if you go into emojis, like press on the little emoji button and actually type in satellite, which is SATELITE. I'm sorry I didn't give you a shorter one. That was a bit of an oversight of mine. I probably should have done Rocket, but we used Rocket in the Space Docker VR one. But type satellite in the emoji bar, and then it'll bring it up. And then when you've used it once, it'll be in your most recently used emojis. So keep looking though. Somebody let me know. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll wait until Doc's got his satellite in before we pick ourselves a winner. Because he, she, it will learn. Did you come here just to meet us? Oh, so this one is risk reward on upgrade or no. Doesn't matter too much about these initial decisions, but then you have decisions afterwards. So basically this is a robot dude who wants to experiment on us, and we might get something out of it. So we've got a chance to get 25% chance to get a level 3 upgrade, which is going to be bloody powerful. 75% chance to get a defect. We do not want defects. Defects are shit. Yeah, you can't just type it in. I mean, we could probably accept that, but do try and get the emoji on. Go press on emoji, there'll be a little search bar, type satellite into it, and then you should be able to find it and just press on it. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I do have to put one of these in though. So 50-50. And then, yeah, keep trying, Doc. But yeah, Von, include Doc in it. So what we're going to do here, to give us the most chance of not getting a defect and at least getting something, we'll go for the 75-25. And stream of luck. Ooh. It actually came off. There you go. So we got a hull restorer for free out of this event. But as you can see, if I'd have gone for the 50-50 shot, or even the 75-25 shot, and got really greedy, because that would be stupid, wouldn't it? then I could have ended up with a defect. And defects, there's not very many of them, and the problem with that is most of them are detrimental. Some are detrimental to the run in its entirety. Some are detrimental to when you are navigating. That's one of the worst ones, where you can't see where you're navigating, so you can't plan your route and you can't be efficient. Some of them are detrimental in combat, and some of them are just detrimental to your equipment. There's one that basically means you can't fire missiles anymore. Fuck that one. Really, fuck that one. But anyway. So, let's see what we can do here. We are a little bit on the weak side at the moment. Hello, Poise. Get a satellite in the chat, mate, if you want a copy of... if you want a chance of winning this one. We're in the middle of a giveaway right now. Satellite is the emoji, if you would, sir. And yeah, Doc, keep no, well, yeah, 50-50s do not go my way in these sort of games, you know, they really don't. So we're starting to fall behind a little bit. Oh, do you? Oh, what, K2? K2 doesn't already have this, don't lie. So, you must be talking of a different killer. So, what we're going to do here... Ah, got you. What we're going to do here is we're going to try and make more of an attempt to start slowing enemies up. Getting this one, when we are halfway through the game, we're not going to have... Well, we probably would. I don't think we're going to have enough sectors to make this money... to make what we're spending on it back, and we are kind of falling behind a little bit on the old power curve. I'm concentrating more on doing everything to get as much scrap as possible and not really doing much with my ship. Not that we've got any good upgrades at the moment anyway, but sometimes you get runs like this, and other times it'll be all about weaponry and having to make choices because you don't get the ones that are good for increasing your scrap. So freeze ray is always a good one. Reduce, so if we upgrade it, it'll double the slow effect on enemies hit by laser. Laser is our long range thing. If we can keep things at arm's length for longer, we can do more damage to them before they get to us. That's a good thing. The one that we picked up as well is the Hull Restorer, which increases the effectiveness when repairing. Normally, after you've got it in the meta progression, you can actually repair yourself when you recycle components. So not only do you get scrap, but you also get health back as well. We haven't got that unlocked. That's quite an important unlock to go for if you are new to the game. I'm not. We don't really need it. So... we definitely need to do a Shaolin soccer session on the channel. I need to get back into the swing of doing live streams with chat on a Saturday. I'm sorry, we just had too many keys to give away. I'm sorry. Terrible behaviour, really, isn't it? Missing out playing with you lot because I'm trying to give away free fucking keys. What a prick! What a prick. Have we got any missiles? We don't need them anyway. Let's try and stay away from this one. Do love me some Dragon Fist. I've been helping. Oh, this is the one that I was talking about that does the same effects as my favourite ship in this game, the Iris, which, as I understand it amongst good players, is considered rubbish. I love the Iris. I think it's great. And you'll see what it's doing is it's teleporting and then dropping mines. What a prick. But, easy come, easy go. That's a lot of missiles. Target, 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 target. That's a lot of missiles. It's not every blast wave that does damage to you. It always seems to be the little fighter guys that do the blast wave damage to you. You'll see a lot of the time as well when I'm trying to maintain a range on something, I'll do what I'm doing here. I keep moving, but I just layer my waypoints over each other. I find that to be an effective tactic. If we had the split laser, it would make dealing with all of these missiles really easy. We do not have the split laser, as you can probably appreciate. Split laser is a very good power-up. Gotta be careful with these mines. Ow! So, I do, for anybody who got this, playing it, mastered it, whatever, do have a nice little top tip for you. I thought so. So, one of the things that you can do is you can press A on the old hand, on the other hand, and you can do the same thing. But the beauty of that is it puts the game into slow time and allows you to have your right trigger available for firing. So what that then allows you to do is get quite close into, say, cannon range, and then, see that? I'll be able to fire that entire salvo off just by tapping the button really quickly, and then we can get out of there. And that's all she wrote. So you, instead of using this hand to press the navigate button, which then usually ties up your right trigger, you use this hand to navigate with the left trigger, and then you can shoot lots faster. What it's good for is doing a lot of damage very, very quickly. And in this game, that can be the difference between life and death. Very. Tap, 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 tap. Always try and deal with... Getting a bit far away. Sorry, K2. Sorry. Always try and deal with the things that are fast-moving and coming at you before you deal with the slow movers that we've got here. But this is an elite battle, so there's a lot for us to manage and do here. So yeah, I've got to play the game, got to talk about the game, I've got to listen to you lot, respond to you lot, and be a cameraman. Because this is not how I play, but it's actually quite cool. And then we go slow time, target, bap bap, bap bap, and then let go. Easy. Right, boys! Right! Says men can't multitask.
The choice is yours.
You saying that, boys, all I could think of is, "Dar, 'tis no man, 'tis a remorseless eating machine." No, I've always been very good at multitasking. I'm usually, when I used to do match betting, which was a very long time ago, I used to be playing games on my left screen whilst doing my bits and pieces whilst I was on my right. You know, he's not wrong. Got the old Great Crusher going. Shield Catalyst, not a very good upgrade in my opinion. Chance of restoring shields by 50% if depleted. First off, we don't want to be playing where we're having our shields depleted. Secondly, this chance is rubbish. At 25%, that's rubbish. 50%, that's okay. 75%, that's decent, but we'd have to spend 400 scrap just to get here. This is one of the worst upgrades in the game. The problem is also that it can only trigger once per sector, once per fight. It would be one of the best upgrades in the game for the vampiric ship, in that if you could keep on triggering it, but that is not the case. You cannot. So we're not having that. Missile guidance system, I try and avoid any power-ups that are to do with missiles. Why? Because they are a limited commodity. You want to be upgrading your blasters, your lasers, and your ship in general. Leave missile upgrades till last. With that information in mind, that should tell you how rubbish this is to me. Because I'm going for missiles. And let's do some mining. We're in the middle of a giveaway, right? Yeah, we are. Right, cool. I don't know if Doc ever got his emoji in, but do include Doc in the old thing, and he can practice later. So yeah, end it there then, Von, and pick us a winner, our second winner of the evening. So we've still got one more key to give away, if you haven't been so lucky. What I will do in either in the Discord, it's already up, or in the comments, I'll put my little. I know it's only 15% discount, so if you can find a better discount anywhere, take it. Oh, come on, up. Too late. Already called it. Ooh. Look at you with your mind tax. Hold on, Roger. And slows time. Fire it all off. Change and get the lasers in there as well. And he's done.
Incoming threats
Easy.
detected.
Easy job. Get away from me. Yeah, well done, Rog. And as I said, if you don't owe me, or for that matter, Von, anything for the keys that we give away, you watching is enough. But one thing I would ask, and it's not going to be to like and subscribe. No, no, no. That's what other people do. One thing that I would ask, because I am genuinely interested in these sort of things, is comment, you winners that have got the game. Even if it's in like a couple of weeks' time or a month or some time down the track, let us know how you got on with it. And I don't care if you think it's the shittest game ever. Do say. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to counter the point. I'm not even going to try and make you feel like you're ungrateful for getting a key for a game that you don't like. This is one that I am, all games, really. I'm genuinely always interested to hear other opinions on them. Just because I think a game is great does not make it great. And if you don't think it's great, I'd like to hear why. And if you do, I'd like to hear that you're enjoying it as well. One of the small little satisfactions that I get from giving keys away is to get awesome games into people's hands so that they can actually fucking play them. So... And I never ask for anything, so that I'll ask for that.
Sector, Captain.
But yeah, add it to... Pop it on the comment for the video that you win it in. Hang on a sec. It's the worst piece of software I've ever laid my hands on. Hey, even if it was that, it's not like I'm going to argue. How can I? Some people's opinions may be that. So, yeah, and I can see the katana being enjoyable. The only problem that I have with all the hand-to-hand combat in... We're talking about Hellsweeper, for those who don't know. They've just got he already had a katana in the game. Well, technically it's an adachi, but because it's a huge katana it's an enemy's katana, which basically in our hands in Hellsweeper makes it an adachi, just fucking huge katana. And that's easier to hit with because it's fucking massive. I think a lot of the hand-to-hand combat weapons in Hellsweeper suffer from two problems. The game doesn't have hand-to-hand combat in mind, and also the gunplay and the magic in the game is so good that the hand-to-hand kind of pales in comparison, I think. So, but I'm making a point of leveling up the katana, well, power leveling the katana at the moment. I think I've got it to top. I'm either top level or one run off of top level, and it only came out the other day, so, and it's not difficult to do. I have tried the update. I got to fight against the new boss. I wasn't that impressed. I mean, it was the basically end boss to my run, so it took a hell of a lot to kill him. So, but yeah, hey, any update on that game is welcome. I appreciate everything that they're doing. The one thing that was really cool to see on Hellsweeper for me is those increased difficulty levels are brilliant, and they're finally getting round to adding the tweaks on Hellsweeper that I was hoping for. They've sharpened up the background a little bit, they've tweaked the colors a little bit, and everything seems to be running a little bit smoother. It feels like they've got some more frames out of it or something. So good. Chain laser. Chain laser. Shield breaker, we are using blasters. Yeah, well, that is actually what I've got as the comparison point as well, Poise, is I've got Serento as the comparison point, and I regularly switch from bow to gun to sword in Serento, but Hellsweeper, just gun and magic, it's just too good. It really is. Blood magic. Ooh. Anyway, so we will... Oh, but we could get 2 upgrades if we don't go for that. I don't think we need this. You get both kinds of this. Blasters do more damage against shields, and you also get an upgrade that means lasers do more damage against hull. So they do more damage against the things that you shouldn't be using. If you are pushing heavy into blaster tech or laser tech, it's not a bad shout. We're not doing quite that well in this run, so I'm going to leave that for a change, and we're going to concentrate on our upgrades. But let's have a look at the sector map first and what's coming up. Hey, look, there we go. Whoever was asking for another space creature, you got one, because I can't fucking avoid it. Anyway, we will upgrade this. So chain laser makes laser beam connect with additional nearby targets. Number of targets 1, 2, 3. We can upgrade that to the max. Oh, actually, hang on. We got any shops coming up? No, quick enough. The link laser. Oh, no, it's not Ayame from Tenchu. I mean, it looks like her. That is Cheiko from Sariento. It's the protagonist from Sorrento. And Cheiko is the name of the, I think it's the like lead developer, head developer, numero uno. That's the one that I'm chatting to get the keys and the little work that I've had from Hellsweeper. So, right, scan. No. Scan. Nope. Cool. Good. And space creature. Now, easy enough. Well, the Tempest in that game is the Tempest from... What's it called as well? The Tempest in Hellsweeper is... Because that was added. That is the Tempest from Sorrento again. Their previous game. I hope we get a Sorrento sequel, because that game could be fantastic. So look what our laser does now. Links across multiple targets. What I found with this is it looks like if craft are too close to each other, the link doesn't establish. The other thing to note for anybody who's min-maxing this game, I have tested, I know these things, and I like doing these things, is that it's only the first laser, I think, that it's only the first laser that gets the freeze effect. The additional lasers are green, so they're not getting it. I also believe that it's only the first laser that gets any like additional powers or power-ups or traits or whatnot, because if all lasers within the link laser did all the things you get for, easily be the best upgrade in the game, easily. Here we have, I think this is a Sky Dragon. This is a friendly space creature that we can see over here, and he is going to offer us some choices. We must choose wisely. We can restore our hull completely. I mean, we actually do need that, but min-max. We can have 150 scrap and 300 of the meta progression. Or we can have a dragon's egg. Let's have a dragon's egg and see what's inside. And now we have a little baby dragon flying around with us, and he is basically an ally now. I think he gets the benefits. So he'll basically float around, get targeted, die a hell of a lot, and shoot laser beams at the enemies. And make not so cute little noises. God, it's making me go cross-eyed, that is. But again, attention to detail, modelling. Even this close up, I don't know how well that translates on screen for you. It looks okay to me, but as you know with anything, when you get close up with it, you start going cross-eyed and you get that 2-level effect. If I close one eye, I can probably see it a lot better. But yeah, fantastic. And if that's not enough, God, it's starting to sound like Hell Sweepers already. If that's not enough, we can level it up so it gets more powerful and bigger. Not that big, but bigger. We will try and level that up because I like showing off the little space dragon. It's a cool ally in 2 respects. It fights stuff and it takes shots for us. So that's good. Oh, I wonder if it actually says. Grants a baby sky dragon that attacks enemies using its laser breath. So but that is the same symbol, like for instance, but his lasers will not be doing the freeze ray effect. They should do, really, to make that a lot better than it is, but anyway, never mind. Right, scan, 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 dun, 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 and we go elite battle. God, it sounds like that, I can't even remember what the creature's called, but it sounds like that little gremlin looking thing that's set next to Chewbacca, and it looks like it chews on it chews on C-3PO's eyes at one point, rips it out of its skull. But anyway, right, let's go. It's brilliant, such a good game. Right, this is going to be a tough one, so dragon pets. We got it all! Right, let's get away. Our dragon's going to meet a sticky end here, I can tell you now. Oh, look at that, though. He's getting in there. Get in there, son. Get in there, son. And he's dead. Bye-bye. So, he doesn't take much. But, hey, that was an attack that was not directed at me, and that's what's important. So, Space Dragon's dead, but don't worry, everybody. Space Dragon will be back in the next episode of Ghost Signal Stellaris. See our link laser doing the job there? We need to get a bit close to this one. And slow time so we can dump shot and then leave. Because this enemy is hard. And we also want to avoid that as well. Keep you at arm's length. Lovely stuff. And then laser you. This is where that freeze laser comes in as well, because it may not look like it, but it's slowing him down incrementally. And when it does do that, it just lessens the chance of them being able to ram you, because they are a lot faster than you always think they are. And as we've seen, ram damage will fuck you up in this game. And slow time, select cannons, aim,
Sector clear, Captain.
Easy job. Not so much Fluffy. Definitely the Emperor.
Select which component to equip.
It's offering a shield breaker again, but as I have said, fuck missile upgrades, because although we've got 3 out of 3 now, I find A, the missiles you use for tough situations and bosses, if you need them and if you've got them, and then often when you've used them, you don't get them back for quite some time. So then any DPS upgrades or anything that you get for them is usually a waste. There are upgrades that you can get in the game later on, which will allow you to play a missile build. There are also downgrades in this game which will stop you having any missiles. I know we didn't take shield breaker before, but again, the choice of a missile upgrade or anything else, I'll nearly always take anything else because I don't rate the missile upgrades in this game. And it's not that they're not good either. And it's not that they're not better on some of the other ships. Some of the missiles, all the missiles, the way that they work on all the different ships are different. They're just, yeah, finite resource. Why would you upgrade a finite resource when you can be upgrading things that you have permanently and are not limited to the amounts that you can fire them? Hey look, I remember you from such games as The Radius. It follows me everywhere, that thing does, I'm telling you. We're going to have a proper look at that in a minute. Hey look, Fluffy's back. We need a better name than Fluffy. It's a dragon. It's a dragon, for Christ's sakes. Hello, John. Bad timing, sir. You missed 2 giveaways. Try and follow the action on Fluffy without getting killed by the missiles. Go on, Fluffy, get in there. No! He's dead again. Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, did you? Oh, fair enough. What do you make of it, John? Have you played it all that much? Have you had chance? Oh, fair enough. Two trank darts and a bottle of chloroform. Oh, big one. Big one. Oh, fair enough. Kids. Gotta love them. Until they're old enough to fetch and carry, and then they go for so much more on eBay, I find. I'm joking, of course. Don't go for anything more on eBay. Let's pop one of those. Now, this is where the link laser truly shines. Because as you can see, it links across when you have to start dealing with these multi-missile enemies that fire crap at you. It links across all of them and just makes those sort of enemies, providing you have laser energy left, makes those sort of attacks kind of trivial. So, but again, you've got to remember to make sure you've got the laser energy to do it. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, you. Right. Cobbler got a cobble. Cobble. Right. Yeah, look, for anybody wondering as well, it's this game, because the skybox is so good, and that's so beautiful and awesome. If you've ever watched any of my Into the Radius tips in 30 ticks, it is that I took a picture of, and I can't get any closer. It is that I took a picture of to use as my Into the Radius asset in all of them. And they look fantastic as well. They're supposed to be like, I don't know what they are, probably... Yeah, let's just say it's an Into the Radius Easter egg or something. But again, looking around as well. Wrecked space station, oh, that's the level. Wrecked space station and asteroids all over the show. Some of them are different as well now that we're in a different level. And then you've got various Saturn-y looking things and various bits of lightning. In other levels, you'll have like meteor showers coming past you. And the skybox just finishes it all off really nicely, I find. So yeah, later on as well, like is that a white dwarf? Oh, there's look, little shooting meteor, right? Brilliant. I think is that a white dwarf or yeah, I think it is a white dwarf, and not to be confused with red dwarf. They're huge. So yeah, later on in the game, you get various meta progression things that label all of these things and tells you what they are, and you can turn that on and off. I never have when we've been streaming, because, yeah, I've always forgot that I've got it, and it doesn't help me in the game, so I don't turn it on. Anyway. Should we see if we can make the dragon survive a little bit longer? That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's get Fluffy up to level 2, shall we? And I'll allow Fluffy now that it's the dragon from Neverending Story. I forgot that. I didn't realise it was called Fluffy. Or I'd forgotten, one of the two. The dragon is not a bad upgrade. And now, you can see, he's a little bit more substantial now, isn't he? He's got a much bigger health bar. He'll take less damage. He'll do more damage. I mean, he's still going to go down pretty quick. But, you know, if the enemy go after him instead of me, I'm happy. He's dead again. But look at the thing is, he took loads of fire for us, and he's done some damage as well. So he's a decent little upgrade, if you ask me. Problem is, every time I've taken him, all he does, even when you get it up to the top level, is die. So that's part of the reason why you would get no complaints from me to take a cute and fluffy follower. No, boys, we've got Fluffy at home. I'm gonna have to see about giving Von the ability to put votes up, aren't I? I'll sort. Alright, K2. I'm struggling a little bit. But having said that, Kim, it's comments like that which will get me back into the swing of things. I think I just get into this game too much and I forget that I'm playing it for you lot instead of myself.
No more incoming waves detected.
It's all done very well. And again, like, I know I'm like, oh, look at this and look at that and look at the shading on this and look at the graphics on that and so on. It's just clean. It's like we've all played quest games that they might be really good graphics, but they're also clean. We've also played ones that are supposed to be good graphics, but on closer inspection and when they start moving around, or when they start doing things, they don't look cleanly done. They just look a bit dirty. And this is a very clean game. I'll try and close in on Falco. There's our name. Falco. Oh no, Falcor. That's right. Fluffy. Who said Fluffy? Right. Falcor, that's much more dragon-like. Right, let's upgrade Falcor to his ultimate final form. So the thing is, he's died in each form, but of course, what he didn't mention to his enemies is that during his first form, he was only using about 3% of his power. And then during his second form, well, that's a form that most beings don't usually get to experience. Now we shall see him in his ultimate, true, final form. Why he took the trouble to do all of that is beyond me, though, because there's no lore for that. There's no backstory on Falcor, unfortunately. But, yeah, I do believe we are having a bit of a Space Dragon Ball Z moment here. Look at the size of that bastard! He's fucking huge! He's bigger than these guys! Are you going to eat him? You should totally eat him. He's not going to eat him. And the soundscape, I've never really been that close to it. Still sounds still sounds stupid. Still sounds stupid with that, but you know, we can get over that. But like when I've never been really paid that much attention and got this close to it, but it's got a proper noise now. as well. So the noise has got deeper for him. Alright, let's get another missile. Have I missed a nudge here? I don't know. Nope, doesn't look like it. Cool, we carry on then. Or I probably have. Here's me touting my multi-talenting abilities and then failing. Miserable. Oh, it is in the game. The bigger he gets, the more dramatic the noise gets. But his little screechy thing is still pussy. So, anyway, right. The thing that I keep forgetting on these bosses, because, again, I play them in a different form now because of where I'm playing at, or how I usually play, is what this means. Danger... laser focus is not if you are laser focused, but he is laser focused. Lasers are easier. Lasers are sometimes more difficult to dodge out of the way of. This one is more blaster focus, so it means that I find that this one is harder to dodge because of the literal weight of fire that it puts into the sky or into space. Whereas this one, you can always see the lasers kind of like focusing in on you or whatnot. So we'll go for this one. This is the one that I usually go for. I find it the easier of the two. Well, I was going to say, we're coming up to the 2-hour now mark, Von, so are you ready to do the last key? And then that means you can be off the clock if needs be. I like to launch all 4 missiles on this dude straight away. He's going after the dragon. Oh, look at that dodge! Oh, no, he didn't dodge it. So, if you'd like to win a copy of this fantastic game, I would say you have until the Sky Dragon bites it, but that's going to be pretty quick. So, satellites in the chat to win the final copy of this game that we have for this evening. Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Gonna have to get closer than that. You're supposed to try and deal with those before they get too big, because they launch big enemies. But I think we'll be okay here. I'm just trying to game the system now with this boss. Get traveling away. That should kill those. He survived! Make sure your final hit, you are moving away from this, because it's going to go and ram us in a... Oh, no, it's ramming the dragon! Excellent. Excellent work, stupid dragon. You're dead. So, Falkor has a fantastic... I should be singing that when he got rammed then, shouldn't I? So, Falkor's really good in respect to the fact that if he is the closest target, the second boss will go for Falkor, which is good. Right, come on, Doc, you got to do it. Are you on phone or are you on PC, Doc? We will educate you.
Choose carefully, Captain.
No to missiles, yes to blasters. It's not a great one damage-wise, and this one isn't about damage. It increases the firing rate, but that means that we can do a much faster firing rate anyway. Knocking targets away is very, very good, and the percentage is how much they get knocked away by: 10, 20, and 30%. So, in that case then, Doc, let me try and explain it to you. So, you've got your little chat bar, right? And at the end of that chat bar, there's a little emoji button. I know I'm teaching you to suck eggs on some of this, maybe, but press the emoji button, and when you press the emoji button, there should be a search bar within the menu of emojis. It should be at the top. And in that top thing, just put in SATE. That should be enough for it to show the satellite emoji below. And then when you can see the satellite emoji below, simply press on it. Job's a good one. But yeah, Doc's regularly chatting on the Discord, so make sure Doc's included. Just because he's struggling with the emoji side of things. Right, so again, before we think about doing any upgrades, we move. And that allows us to then think, do we need an upgrade? Yeah, because we're going to be going for an elite battle. However, we might want to stay away from doing one because we've got a weapon trader coming up. The bar is a chat bar. Maybe it works differently on tablets then? I don't know. But it's when you press the emoji button, you should get a big menu of a load of emojis, yeah? Is there no bar within that for you to allow you to search? I mean, the only other thing to note is there's no magnifying glass. Oh, right, yeah, it is a magnifying glass, isn't it? The only other thing that you could do, press the button and then just scroll. Yeah, that's a good shout. Copy and paste from the description. Well done, gentlemen. Good shout, sir. So, we haven't really got anything that I need to upgrade. I'd like to get that upgraded. Right. I'll do that elite battle because we want them upgrades. As I said, if you're playing this for the first time, avoid the elite battles. They're, especially early when you haven't got much in the ways of power-ups, they are hard. You'll also see as well, after each enemy, after each sector we complete, there is a new palette of enemies and areas as well. And all the enemies now start behaving differently. These ones are particularly dicks. My hand's gone, hang on. And the reason being is when they turn into those crystals, they're about to duplicate. Like so. Falcor getting in there, though. These are one of the worst enemies in the game. So... Hey, well done, well done, Doc. Right, now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do the camera angles as good as I'm going to be able to do later on, because these things are two of the worst, or the worst enemy in the game. They ram you, and then they go past you, and then they turn and ram you again. They are very difficult to dodge, so you stay out of the way. Oh no, Dave. Oh no. Although he did survive, that's pretty good. Again, another good reason. So... basically, Falcor is like or the Space Dragon, is like a better version of Decoy because it at least puts some damage out as well. Which is good. Bye, Falco. Thank you, Vaughn. And if it wasn't bad enough, these are basically the skeleton archers of this game for UIDU faithful. If any of you are even still here. They respawn with a little bit of shield and a little bit of health. Pricks. Absolute pricks. And then, if that wasn't enough, when they've died for a third time in elite battles, they become a bunch of mines as well. It's just never-ending. Never-ending story. Anyway, let's try and get this one dealt with. We got any? Nope, no missiles. ID, what's that indeed? That game that I used to play. Right, he's losing interest in us, which is good. This we want to go for because it recharges shields. Oh, he's got interest in us again. Note how we are far enough away now for everything where it's kind of lost interest in us a bit, which is good. Even when it's dead, it can still hit you with its body. Bear that in mind. That's fun. Getting to the end of the level here, so we can need to move around a little. And basically what you got to do is dodge the first one. You obviously have to dodge the second one as well, but the way I find that's best to do that is use the booster. And that should be all he wrote. Get rid of those. Those mines at least aren't too difficult. What are we fighting here? Nasty. That's what we're fighting. Get the fuck out of here. That's another reason why that knockback is such a great ability as well. Is because all of these little fighters, when they die, they are flying towards you, and if you hit them with the knockback, they're knocked back away from you, which then means that their blast won't be close enough to damage you. Always good. Right, now that this level is over, I'll try and get more on the camera work. I tell you what, just for you, K2, save you having to type too much in or put any efforts, put the magnifying glass emoji in when I'm getting too far away, and I will make a point of getting closer and concentrating more on the action. Hey, look at that! We're upside down! Aren't we fancy flyers? Look at that! Looks fucking brilliant. Clean. A nice design on it as well. And someone in the chat who's played Stellaris might be able to tell me what the hell that thing is. I don't know. I don't play Stellaris. Does it matter? Not in the slightest, because the game's great.
Select which component to equip.
No, and definitely not. So, Jack's Bond, one of the best upgrades in the game, if you get it early. After so many sectors... Yeah, no, it is a shame. I think the PC VR version has got a streamer cam, but again, I just have so many problems running PC VR, and then the streamer cam puts additional strain on that as well, because the game's having to project it to me and then project you guys something different, and it's not like my PC isn't powerful enough. I don't know, it just can't handle things. Anyway, Jack's Bond is a very good upgrade if you get it early. After 9 sectors, it evolves to a 5% increase to everything. Yeah, no worries, Kim. You can be in charge of camera. Maybe that'll be how we get you on this. So, the amount of sectors, 9. We haven't got 9 sectors before we come across the boss. So this probably isn't going to pop. You can get higher levels of it later that have less amount of sectors. That's one of the few times that I would go for missiles over the other choice, because this, by the time it becomes useful, game's going to be over. So we'll go for blaze missiles. Shallers. And now we've got weapons trader as well. And then after we've bought stuff from the weapons trader, we will make an upgrade, mayhap.
Time to trade.
Try being Silver's mod. Such a hard life. So hard. Right, what we got? Heavy missile, I'm going to ignore, because this is costing us cash to buy, and we don't get any discounts at this stage. Blast reactors. Increase maximum ammunition by, so we are now charging our blasters faster, and we can hold more capacity. You only really need one or the other of those two, I think, but we've got cash to spare, so... And then laser sequencer just does more damage. It also makes the beam actually thicker as well, which means there's more chance of it catching things. Not bad. Not bad. So, next one. handler. Ah, handlers. She'll handle us. I swear your predecessors had much more respect. Right. Let's see how long it takes for Falco to die. Falco. I do get distracted by getting shiny things, but is it no wonder with everything that all this multitasking that I'm already doing? Is it no wonder? Yeah, so see how Falcor's or Space Dragon's beam is green, so it is not getting the damage effects or the width effects or anything along those lines. Now, let's see how Falcor does when he comes up against Space Thing. Hey, good dodge. But he's coming back for a second pass. Good job. Good stuff. Up, there goes pretty much all of its health. Fantastic. Shit. That's not good. But he's doing the job. He's keeping that thing off me. And there he goes. I will end the giveaway in a minute, don't worry. Laser, 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 laser. This is the problem as well with not taking out those guys when they go into their crystalline form, is you end up with a lot more enemies than you should. And you don't get any extra resources from it either, I don't think. In fact, that's something I need to test. Shock. I don't think I have tested that before, you know. Shock. And this one's one that just regenerates shields on everything. So yeah, go on, Von. Off the clock for you. End it there. Pick as a winner. Get that last key given away. Let's see who gets one of the finest games on the quest, in my opinion, for free. As I'm hoping to be doing a lot more work with fast travel games as well. So I'm hoping to get some mannequin keys and for us to do a mannequin stream. Audio. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, again, I know others do that. I try and stay away from it. That's more of a Twitch thing, though, as well, I think. Although we might be doing something like that with Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu soon. Hint, hint. So, look at that. Wrecked space station. Some kind of small moon. And another small moon around a planet. Big old purple sun. There you go, K2. You may never moan again. Excellent work. Did you even... I didn't even think Kim was entering. Just check in. Yeah. No. Well, mind you, excellent work. Yeah, so basically the running theme joke is that K2 Killer really does not like this game. Although if I stay on the camera, it seems to be a little bit more interesting for her. There you go. A little bit of controversy in the chat tonight. Ooh. Right, so any upgrades that we can do? And yeah, so congratulations to the winners tonight. As I said, I don't ask for a lot, but I would ask, and it's not even because I want more comments on my videos. That doesn't really make any difference. Although every comment that you put on my videos is always appreciated, and I love hearing from you lot. But if you did win this game and you get a chance to play it, let me know what you think. I like to have my opinions, you know, vivified or challenged. You know, this isn't I'm not after yes men. This is not an echo chamber of sorts, but it is nice to hear what other people think. And you know, everybody likes it when everybody's opinions align, don't they? That's how cults get started, isn't it? So yeah. Anyway, cult of STD. Oh no, that we're gonna have to think of a different name. Anyway, we'll push this one, I think, because Meteor Blast is very good. Doesn't it just, boys? Doesn't it just? Right, next level, next battle. So we're not far off of the end now. And again, you probably will, unless you get some good luck and, you know, get the game down quite quickly, you will most likely die on your first few runs in this game as well. It's not easy. These are not easy enemies. Like, look at how much damage that just did. And if that was us, that would have stripped our shields and done about half damage. And he can come back for a second pass. Ridiculous enemy. Absolutely ridiculous. See if we can kill that one. I think it splits it, you know. Let's see how much we get from this one. Yeah, 2 purples, 1 yellow. So if you do let the enemy split, you don't get more resources out of it. You get the same amount as if you killed it quickly. So the incentive is to kill it quickly. Yeah, no worries, dude. I've got enough patience for everybody in this channel. Don't you worry. Hey, as I said, I mean, you know, you don't have to win the game to put a comment down. Because the other thing as well is, obviously, I mean, I don't put that these streams are sponsored or promoted. You know, I do try and cherry pick what I show off on the channel and that they be good games. I think I've only failed at that once, and that wasn't even a giveaway. That was a free key that I got, again, for another FTG game, and yeah, I can't remember what the game was called. I had a laugh with it, but it wasn't that great. That superhero one, I can't even remember what the name of it is. That's had some updates. It might be better, but I know not to place games that are just sandbox. I don't want to make my own fun in a game. So that was as much my failing as it was the devs of the game, because yeah, I should have never picked that game up. I just thought I could have a laugh, and I did. It just, yeah, got old quick. Yeah, I'm hoping to get hold of Weymouth as well. Here's hoping. What was that game called? I can't even remember now. The superhero one with all the powers. Ah, it's probably best I don't remember. It was alright if you just want to piss about and laugh. But, you know, I have a hard time calling those sort of games because you're making your fun out of it, and yeah. Project Demigod, that's the one. Yeah, it's all, I mean, as I said, it's alright if you're after a sandbox game, but I think a lot of you on here are of the same mind as me. That, you know, I want to play a game to be entertained, not to make my own entertainment. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I never got Blade and Sorcery. But apparently that's got, like, a proper quest mode on the PC VR version now. I've never even played Blade and Sorcery. And I probably should, because it looks like my sort of game. But again, I don't want my own fun. I don't want to make my own fun. I want challenges that anyone else can do. That's how competitions are, isn't it? But there is like a small-ish campaign to that game now. So it's got that and like a bit of a... Is it like a bit of a roguelike-ish element to it as well? I know Battle Talent's got a roguelike. That could be good. You know, that's the bare minimum a sandbox has to have for me to get interested in it, is tag a roguelike on it and you've got me. So, I mean, it obviously has to be good, but... Right. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, story I don't need. I need... Yeah, it's what I've been told. I did get in touch with the guys at Battle Talent actually did get in touch with me. Never heard back from them. Yeah, Ember Souls looks alright. Ember Souls looks a bit of like one of those games that I was talking about. It looks like it could be a little bit dirty, and the combat doesn't look very clean. It suffers from the same problems that most games, hand-to-hand combat and sword fighting, suffers from. Is, I don't know, it just, yeah, just seems like it's going to be a little bit floaty and all over the place. I still think to this day the game that did combat the best is Until You Fall. It has such good hand-to-hand combat, and yeah, I know you like lock on to the enemy and you like it channels you in, but then the combat's actually involving. So yeah, I have actually played Grimlord. I should. No, it's not that I didn't like Asgard's Wrath. I just found myself throwing the axe weight. I think I was throwing the axe a hell of a lot, and I remember playing that at the same time as there might have been either an IDU competition coming up or an IDU competition just ended. And so the problem that I had is my shoulder and elbows were already suffering a little bit, or were going to be suffering because of either the competition that was coming up or had just ended, and I was just finding that it was really starting to get me some tennis elbow doing all that axe throwing. And then the problem that I had is I had a break from the game, and then when I came back I had that Skyrim problem that you have, where you come back and you're like, cool, what was I doing again? I think I have played the demo of Grimlord. I have played the demo of Grimlord. I enjoyed it. I thought there was some skill to it in the combat side of things. I thought it was all right. These are all a bit rubbish. Damage reduction. Yeah, no worries, Scatman. Thanks for popping by. Decoy drones. We've already got the ultimate decoy drone in the guise of the Space Dragon. This one isn't bad, but it does have a problem. Increased collision damage. We already know that it's collision damage that will kill me tonight, in exchange for 10, 20 and 30% ship movement speed, standard movement speed. So if we do get hit, we're going to take more damage, but the speed, if we keep moving, should stop us getting hit. And I am going to... Are we near the boss? We're not far off the boss. I am going to upgrade that. So you can see the amount of upgrades that I've got here, and I've barely level 1 or 2 or level 2 or 3, barely any of them. And so you'll see that when you are limited on resources and you have this wealth, this is just the way that I play, you have this wealth of things, you can very much tailor the game as to how you want to play, or try different ways to play. I'm kind of just playing it pretty standard at the moment, I think, for how I play. I'm just making use of what I have, because we can't make ourselves particularly powerful at this stage of the game. Oh shit, another one. Ooh. Okay, this is where we're going. If we're going to die tonight, this is it. Because I've just increased the amount of damage that I take by 25% for ramming, and we've all seen how much ramming damage you can take. Woo. Hopefully, they're not purple ones. They're not. Good. These aren't too bad. Have we got missiles left? Not many. Now, part of the reason why these aren't bad, they will destroy the dragon pretty quick if we don't protect him. The reason why these aren't too bad is their attacks are multiple missiles. Look at him putting work in! Yeah, hang on. This is... I tell you what, the only times that I won't make a point of doing these, Kim, but do put them in anyway, is these battles, because being close could get me killed, basically. Hello, Beavis. So yeah, these... If we can destroy those before they split, happy days. If not, wait until they mushroom out. There you go. A little bit for KT there. Look at this. Fucking Tyranid Hive fleet right here. Nasty. Nasty Tyranid ass shit. See if we can close in on this one. We'll boost. Try and blast him as we fly by. Easy job. And he hit the other one as well, which does a bit of damage to the old shields. Happy days. And now we run, because he's got a lot of friends. These aren't too difficult to deal with. Uh-oh. Got to deal with the missiles as well. They're still coming in. We have not got a lot of shields left either. Fantastic. And they're going to duplicate if we don't get them quick. Lovely. That thing's come fucking regenerating all its shields. Bastard. These will regenerate the shields of each other as well if you let them, which is absolutely shit. You are most welcome, boys. Oh, stop it. Die, would ya? There's one. That's good. That's a start. Try and do a flyby of this one and finish him off in quick order. You are right, actually. It is a bit of a cinematic game, but it's when I'm trying to min-max things and do difficult levels, it's probably the last thing I'm thinking about. But I'll try. I think I'm getting better. I just don't. It just doesn't come to mind. This is, and if anything, like in a lot of games, I do try and show off a bit, and I do try and play properly, and I do try and play well, and try not to die and do all that good stuff. But in this, I forget, because I'm playing it properly and I'm enjoying myself as well. Not that I don't enjoy myself in other games, this one's just harder to play well without doing all of this. And have some laser as well, lovely. I know. Try, yeah, isn't it just? I mean, the only other thing that I would... I mean, yeah, you probably can't, can you? Because you're probably on your phone, aren't you, Kim? But again, I wonder... I have watched the stream back, and some of the time, if you put it on the highest resolution, and even when I'm quite far away, on the big screen, you can kind of see what's going on. Kind of. If you squint really hard. And look, because we're in the crystalline part of the galaxy, the backgrounds start changing, so you've got like that super dense metal alloy fucked ring around that sun. So I assume that was something that was trying to harness the power of the sun. Suns. But again, like, this game, as I understand it, didn't do very well. And I don't... Yeah, no, fair enough. I imagine just jumping up and down in your seat, celebrating. Silverstream, woo! It's got to be that. Sorry, Silverstream, a yeehaw! K2 impression for you right there. Raw and wriggling.
The choice is yours.
Stop giving us shield catalyst. Ugh. Decrease recharge time of our energy bar is actually quite a good one. Yeah, we'll take that one. The other one's the rubbish one that I don't like, so. But yeah. Yeehaw indeed. And look, I don't know what structure that is, but that's something else that got blown up. And then you've got these Aurora Borealis sort of effects in the background, and then you've got an actual Aurora Borealis on the top of that planet / moon. And look. Oh, no, it's not. That's another space creature. It looks very similar to the space dragon, but I don't think that is a space dragon. But whatever it is, it's very, very dead. You can't go to those. They're all part of the skybox, the ambience, the surroundings. But again, one of those ones where I wish I did take more time. I did this a lot when I first played it. Look, just go looking around my mouth, I'm going, oh, look at this. Anyway. Of course he is. Right. That's a space whale. So now we're in. There's a dead space dragon. Just like this, just like old Falcor's going to become in just a moment when this thing comes out of warp. Oh, it's going to hit the rock as well. Again, something that I do like in this game.
More hostiles incoming.
If you position yourself between the enemies and the various things, they can collide with them, and that does damage. As it should. And all the missiles are going after him. Perfect. See if we can support Falcor's efforts. We're going to be able to. Need to deal with these. Oh, he's having a great time, though. Can you hear him?
Stand by, Captain.
Sorry, I won't make that sound effect again. I'll leave the sound effects to the computer. It's just very difficult. That was close. Oh. And it's also taking all the aggro from me of that thing's laser. Normally, I would say with the bigger capital ship stuff that fire ordnance at you, don't close the distance on them because their close-up weaponry is usually a lot harder to deal with than their further away one. But when you have your own little floaty space dragon, then you can afford him to take all the aggro and all the hits, can't you? Yeah, you can. And then he can die and we can survive. Yeah, that's right. Maybe we shouldn't touch the space dragon. I don't know where it's been. And wherever it is, it's probably not going to be for much longer. Right. This way. So we're still in our first run. I know I've been doing a lot of yammering, and I know we've been doing key giveaways, and we are also first run underpowered. You shouldn't be going this long in your first run. I should be able to complete that. That is another thing that I find good game design, and also the hallmark of a reasonably of a decent, I will say. No, it did not, Von. You were quite wrong. Not wrong. Is the ability to be able to complete the game front to back without needing all the meta progression. If you have played as many roguelikes, and various bits and pieces, and I'm even talking about some of the classics as well, you cannot physically complete them until you have got at least a certain level of power. There will be enemies that you will come up against that will be absolutely obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious in how much they expect of you to do in the game. Oh, shit. Too busy concentrating on my camera angles. They'll expect you to do way too much, and you'll be way too underpowered. The fact that I can do it, you know, do a complete run on my first attempt on this, I mean, it's testament to the amount of time that I put in the game, because this is not as easy as it looks, especially the camera manning. I'm trying really hard here. I still keep forgetting. Ooh, pointy. Oh, we need to take you out, don't we? Have a missile. We've got plenty. Again, using blasters against shields, not advisable. But this one kind of keeps pushing him away, and then it means I can save my lasers for that.
Excellent tactics.
Wasn't it just, Veer? Wasn't it just? Hey, look at that. Oh, I know what that one is. That one is in one of the space creature encounters. There is a planet in front of you, and that planet turns out to be an egg, and then one of those comes out. That's a baby one. The one that comes out is fucking huge. Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong, Poise. The thing, as I've said previously as well, it astonishes me sometimes what small teams and what one-man teams can do, where AAA developers come in and flounder. Hitman VR example of floundering. Things like Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu and DTC, Downtown Club. Compound, these are all single-man development games, all fantastic as well. I don't think the team on this was very big. I obviously know the team on Stellaris is big, but I don't think the team on this one's very big either. Again, it's just attention to detail, all the little things. I think we've all played games where
the Tinkerers.
It feels like the game that you're playing, the person who's designed it has actually fucking played VR before. And we've also all played games where it feels like the person who's designed the game either hasn't played in VR before or doesn't really give a shit. And we end up with a flat screen game in VR. Some of them are okay, but it's nice to have all the VR things, because after all, isn't that why we're playing in VR? This is one of those, though. This feels like there are some games... I don't know, maybe it's something that I should put together, but it's one of the hallmarks for me. Could you take this game and make it into a flat screen game? Yes, you could, but would you be losing out? Yes, you'd be losing out on all of these camera angles, easily done for first. I know I'm not doing a great job of it, but you'd be losing out on that. The waypoint system would be a lot slower and clunkier, because you wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing here with the mouse, because you can't move the mouse forwards, backwards, left, right, up, and down. And this wouldn't be able to do this. It would just be a button to scan. You know, a lot of these things have been designed, or feel like they've been designed from the ground up for VR. So as I say, this is one that I give and have a lot of praise for. Very good, very well put together game. And not only is it very good, well put together, and the gameplay is fucking awesome, but there's life in this game as well.
I hope you are ready, Captain, because the excretion is descending.
Don't descend the excretion. Ah! So this is the traders before the end boss. So we get the weapons trader and the utility trader. Now, as I said, we should be able to get here. We might even die on the end boss. I don't think we're powerful enough, but we'll see. Now, that's a very good upgrade. How much money have we got? 600. Now, first things first. You remember that upgrade that we got way back when? the drill ray, and we put a lot of money into it. That has made its scrap value back in how much we've upgraded it for, and then some. And we ain't going to be drilling any mines. We ain't going to be drilling any asteroids. We haven't got the... We haven't done the... Sorry, we don't need the drill ray anymore because there's not going to be any asteroids for us to drill. So we can recycle this. They've done games that are similar to this, I think. But they, like, the Stellaris games are not this. This is not a typical Stellaris game. I don't think there are any real-time strategy roguelike Stellaris games out there. So, what else can we sell as well? Scrap attractor. Yes, we would get 30 scrap when we go into the next level, i.e. the boss, but we're not going to be able to spend it on anything. So this is another one we can get rid of. And all of a sudden, we have got a lot of scrap to upgrade ourselves with, and that's good. We've also got some purchases to make. Volatile anything is one of the best upgrades in the game, if you ask me. Chance of the weapon, volatile blaster or volatile laser, to cause explosions. Probability per shot is quite low, but we're hitting with a lot of shots. So, you know, per 30 shots, we should get this to trigger, and then you can get it up through the levels. Per 10 shots, it'll trigger. That's very good. Not only does it do additional damage, but most importantly, it knocks the enemy spinning and away, which is really, really good. So we always take that. Laser reactor just increases the duration that we can fire the laser for. That's not necessary. What we got on utility? Special charger recharges the energy that we use for flying around the place when the ship takes damage. Hello, Sarah. Again, anything that... Yeah, no worries, boys. No. No, it does. It does. Nice one, boys. Thanks for being here, dude. See you later. So... we want to avoid strategies where you take damage, you get stuff. Well, we don't want to be taking damage in an ideal world, and we also don't want to be taking damage and relying on this. So I think that one's useless. I don't think much of Hunter's Mark. The only other one is data disk. If I was planning on continuing this file, which I've already got a challenge on, so I'm probably not going to, I would take this. The data disk basically allows you to exchange scrap for meta progression, and in doing so you kind of shorten the life of the game in some regards. There's completely nothing wrong with doing this. I don't think it's worthwhile taking as you're playing the game. You just want to play the game more and more and more. But if you do take it, if you were doing like a stupid challenge where you play this game front to back without dying across all basically 11 cycles, you would want this because you want to go through the meta progression quickly to make yourself powerful. That's what I'm doing in my stupid little challenge stream at the moment, so which we will continue with soon, hopefully. Upgrades. We want to upgrade this because it's very, very good. It's great for enemies that are shielded and hull. That's another thing. So volatile thing allows your weaponry to be good against both because the explosions just rip through everything. Yeah, nice one, boys. Cheers, dude. And what a shame, Sarah. We're not going to be doing any more repairs, so we don't need this either. And that's just enough to get us up to another 2 upgrades because an upgrade costs 200. Let us push into our blasters a little bit more. These, the 10, 20 and 30%, I don't rate that much. Just getting this is good enough. Increasing the target knockback away by extra percentages doesn't really make a lot of difference. With that in mind, have we got anything better? Yes, we do. We've got that. That's the Daredevil drive, so that makes us faster. Sequencer, no. If we can decrease the reload time of our blasters, I'd say that'd be worth going for, because then we'll be able to fire what is now our most powerful weapon more often. Hey, Sarah, look, I've been doing some great camera work tonight, when I remember. Ask K2. And apparently it makes the game more enjoyable to watch. thing is, I know you guys say that, but maybe that's part and parcel of the problem. Because I'm not saying that, like, people who do YouTube videos and content creators and influencers dictate whether a game sells or not, but you got to think, if this game isn't easy to show off and look good when you're doing so, maybe that's part of the reason why. Maybe that's a thing. So this one is a little bit different. With the boss, we have to multitask within the multitask. We have to hit each of these 4 nodes for a certain amount of time whilst fighting off enemies as well. Oh, it's doing so much damage. Space Dragon! Falcor! Again, it's not too bad, the multitasking of this, because you kind of... your left hand isn't usually doing an awful lot anyway. Woo! No! Got ya. Oh, there's another one. No. It's fire missile. The other thing with this as well is per wave. That's not going to be quick enough. Oh, no, it might be. Might be. Bam. Uh-oh. Keep moving. So per like wave that we're doing, we get a new defect. So it's during the end boss that you have to get defects. It's probably one of the things that actually makes it difficult. And as you can see, we've got one of these nasty space dragons teleported in, and that's going to fire beams at us. It's one of the things that I wish this game did a little bit more of, is like almost being obtrusive and obstructive to the player and shooting them. That's what this thing tries to do. It's trying to shoot my ship and me. Got me. Nailed me. And as you'll see, these enemies have like a bit of a digital signature on them, because they are constructs. They are created by whatever it is that we are fighting. Right, let's get that one underway. Right, that's those done. This is our last one. Uh-oh. Space Dragon going down, I think. Let's fire some missiles. No, Space Dragon's still alive. Can we keep him alive for the end boss? I don't think I've ever done that before. Kill it quick, kill it quick, kill it quick. Because I wonder what happens to him, actually. Good point. Good point, well made. Will he die? Or will he travel with us into the unknown?
Captain, the
Skin of his teeth
has stopped transmitting.
You can get a downgrade here that means that the things that you tried to collect can disappear. So when you finish the game, there's bonus meta progression there. Make sure you pick it up fast, because it can disappear because of one of these malicious things. Right, let's see what happens to our Space Dragon. Is this going to be a fond farewell? Or are you coming with us? Because I've never had him alive at the end of a boss. At the end of the end boss, rather. I doubt it. Can but hope. Nope. Well, he's teleported somewhere, actually. There you go, Kim. Let's get obnoxiously close. You have proven yourself worthy of my attention, but hardly my respect. You are in my digital sanctum. You need to pronunciate better. These choices make no difference. They just decide whether you want to be normal or a dick. We usually go for a dick on this channel. No, I said that wrong. We usually play the role of being a dick on this channel. We don't go for the dicks on this channel. I have transcended the need for words to convey my will. I will let you continue your coiled journey. I expect a better effort next time. I will not dance to your fiddle. My analysis of you is not complete. Thus, you stay in motion. I will figure this out. But yeah, look at that. They didn't have to put this level of detail and cleanliness on this because most players would never even bother getting this close. But it looks great. It looks fantastic, whatever it is. Can't remember what it's called, but anyway. I'm going to figure this out. I foresee a moment where the churns of time come to a glorious end, but you do not strike me as the one initiating it. We'll speak more on your return. I'm going back around, aren't I? So, let me tell you this as well. This game has cycle play, and it has cycle play that you can, if you want to progress the story. So you kind of have to progress the story, but you don't have to periodically and piecemeal get harder as... Piecemeal's not the right term for it. I'll think of the right term in a minute. So we've unlocked the Pandora now. This is something that you wouldn't have got if you'd have bought this game when it originally came out. This is one of the new ships, which we'll have a look at. So I've kind of given you... Because I don't think this is a spoiler so much. It just, you know, you might think like, oh, I really like the first one. Well, you know, got to clarify these things. So incrementally, that's what I was looking for. You can make the difficulty of the game get incrementally harder.
I have analysed a small packet of information leaked through a sub-channel.
Cheers.
It is located in the restricted section of the data files. Please review it at your convenience. I believe we can use the newly recovered decryption key to access it.
Okay, let's have a look. So, I won't spoil this because this is story that you don't need to engage with, and I'm not going to, so that you've got something to do. I don't even know if you actually have to unlock these. I think you do. I think you get one of these, and then that unlocks a nice picture thing. I'll get out of that. And it tells you a little bit more about the story as you play. Now, when we play, we are presented with threats. And what threats do is they allow you to add single modifiers to your runs. And eventually, you can get all the way up to your 10th run, where you have all of this nasty shit on, and one of them I know nobody's going to like, and it involves time pressure. You then have 45 minutes to complete your run. Bear in mind, I've been doing a lot of talking, shock, and we've been giving keys away, and you know, first run, not very powerful, but it's taken us 2 hours and 45 minutes to do one run, or, well, about 2.5 hours. You can trim it down, but again, this is all part of the learning curve, and I like games where there's time pressure involved, especially if it stops you min-maxing and having to change your tactics. I think that's good. There is an order of march that I like to go to when you're applying threats. Note that you can only apply one threat at a time to level up, but you'll get more meta progression each time you do it, and the game doesn't fundamentally change, it just gets a little bit harder. Some of them fundamentally change, like for instance, shops only sell one item. You begin the journey with 2 defects. This one is very hard. I love shops, and I hate to lose them, so I use this one to last. These ones are pretty standard, more shields on enemy, they have more hull, more damage, and so on. Battle the Chimera, the first boss, with 5 of those satellites. I almost got my ass kicked with 3. Again, you get more powerful, but they do as well. And you also have to eventually fight a combined version of the second boss that we fought. There's not 2 choices, they're just all the abilities all put into one. So that's the threat side of things. We have the hangar where we can see the stats and the ships up close. There are some skins, so you can change the looks. I'll show you those in a minute so that you can see the skins, because it costs meta progression to actually have a look at the skins. In fact, yeah, let's do that now. So if you don't want any spoilers, if you do think that you might want to get this game, or not spoilers, but see some of the end game content, I'm not really going to play with it, but if you don't want to see some of that, you are fine to leave now, especially if you're watching this as a VOD as well. So I'm going to go to my big boy run here. This is actually my second run as well. Actually, no, I've probably done more than that because I probably deleted one of these. And I was playing this at a time where you didn't have 4 profiles. And I've played it through on the Pico as well. 39 journeys, 26 hours for that completion. I'm 10 hours into a challenge as well of trying to try and show you what I'm trying to do in the challenge. Don't even think I've fully 100%ed this one either. But I've got all the skins so you can have a look. Because that, I think there's some value to, because you might like a particular skin and then I can show you which one you need to go for and it can potentially save you some of your meta progression and some of your work. So you'll see here, I've completed the game and done it in all 10 threats. And I've got all of the research done. There are, or most of it, there is a research tree for each of the ships. There is 2 research trees, one for both for global stuff, one for assistance, one for components. Those are the ones that I recommend you level up first until you decide which ship you want to play as, because these will help all ships and a lot of them are very useful. Autocannon is one that you can get quite early and is particularly good. Increasing blaster range, you have to get that to get to the autocannon. These are both very good upgrades. And then the other ones that I like to concentrate on are getting discount from the traders. And I'll leave the rest to you guys. As far as the hangar is concerned, we'll start with the... So that's the standard Aurora. Looks lovely. We have the... it doesn't tell me which colours are which. Well, you'd have to work it out for yourself. And in that case, so you've got the blue and gold looking one. You've then got the gold and black one, which looks very majestic. And then you've got my colours. The old black and red. So they're very cool skins. I think you unlock them in the unlock tree in that order as well. But some of them have paths to different ones. Then you have the Pandora. Ooh, faux pas. I haven't even unlocked that one. So you got the standard. Then you've got a... Oh no, that's the standard. Very homeworldy. And then you've got white and red variation. Black and blue. And then there's one other which will... can we unlock that? I haven't even got any meta progression, so that's a no. And... Then this is the Iris. This is the one that I like that has the blink times. They all have different stats, different attributes. Sometimes, like for this one starts off with the link laser. So its beam links to adjacent targets. But its beam weaponry is a lot shorter ranged. And its blasters are your long range weapon. So this is another reason why I like it. Completely switches the way the game works. And you also get to drop mines. I like games where you get to drop mines. So, and then we have standard, mint, purpley, and then those skins are always great. The like gold and blue ones. They always look very, very Thousand Suns sort of 40k colours. So, that's all the game and how it progresses and all you have in store for you. All of the threats, all of the meta progression, the different ships, of which there are 3, and they unlock after you complete it once. I think it might actually be after you die once and die twice, or complete once and complete twice. And then, on top of all of that, so you've played the game to death. This is something that I very rarely do because I'm always trying to put work in on this game. But if you ever got to a point where you are finished with this game, there are daily journeys. And daily journeys are basically challenges. So you get given a ship, and then there are certain modifiers. Sometimes they make the game easy, sometimes they make the game hard. We'll give this one a try. And there's leaderboards and points and scores and names and blah blah blah. Megatech. All sold and looted items are level 3. That will make the game very easy. Unbound laser. Unlimited laser ammunition. That will make the game very easy. Secret Universe hides all map sector types. So I do find that a lot of these, sometimes the modifiers just stink. They're just a horrible combination. Other times they trivialize the game. Sometimes they're a nice combination, like I think this one is. So we'll have a look at that in just a minute, just to round out the stream. The other thing that I never touch on this game, just to give it a full rounding out. Where is it though? Can't remember. Hangar? No. Daily journey? No. Where's the... settings? That's what I was looking for. This game does allow touch... Ooh. Hang on. It's not working because I think I turned it off the other day because it was interfering with another game. Rotation vignette, obviously, we've got that on. Here's a couple of other things that I've never really talked about either. You can, if they're still on here, yeah, here we go, relaxed mode. So if you're looking at this or you're finding this very hard going, there's basically, well, a cheat menu, I guess you would call it. Traders Guild makes all trader sectors sell both weapons and utilities, so that doubles your choices when it comes to traders. Large wallet, increase mined and looted scrap by a set amount, by 25 and 50%. Advanced arsenal, semi and unlimited blaster and laser. Full also increases maximum missile capacity by 15. That's ridiculous. And then production reduces all damage by set amount. So you can, if you're finding this game tough going, you can make it a lot easier for yourself and then slowly get rid of these. Or if you just want to be stupid powerful from the very beginning, all there. Can be changed from the main menu, disables best clear times, unavailable in daily journeys, not recommended when playing for the first time. See, I would recommend if you're playing for the first time to give yourself a bit of a break, but maybe not. Play it for the first time, see how you get on, and then change it. Anyway, let's start a daily journey. And so this is the full game, a full playthrough, like we've just done over the last 2.5 hours. But with a specific ship, specific modifiers, and off we go. All over again. I don't know if it uses your own meta progression though. Probably does. And obviously we've got a fully unlocked profile here, so... And that those modifiers and those maps and leaderboards and everything, they change daily as well. Can't remember who it was, but one of our watchers, his favourite ship is the Pandora. I'm not a fan. It is pretty nippy though. Yeah, this is fully upgraded, that's why. And this one has a... can't remember what it's called, but it rams. It's got a ramming drive, so it doesn't boost very far, and it only boosts to the next checkpoint, but it does that. Has ramming shields, and I think what they're supposed to do, although it never works out for me, is look at that. Could have done with those for John at the helm, couldn't we? Ramming shields. But I think what you're supposed to do is try and connect with the nose of the ship and ram things. The problem that I find in this game, as you've seen, collisions of any sort can be fucking deadly. Right. Chance of generating an impenetrable force field lasting, so it's already at level 3, so we're going to become super powerful very quickly. 15% probability. It's not a very big probability, but we are going to be killing a lot of enemies, but they don't last for very long. They don't last very many seconds. Blaster sequencer, 6% more damage for blasters. Blasters are what we should be using with this ship a lot, because this is the ship that has vampiric abilities. You'll see that it has a very small shield bar, but a decent amount of hull. The reason being is, as you hit things with its blaster, it recharges its shields. And that's supposed to be for the elements of ramming. Oh, and you'll also see as well, I've left the labels on. So we can see, you might be able to see if I... What do I have to do? Point at it? Eh? Why's it gone off? Ah, I have to scan it. You can see that we can see that that is a sentry array. And that is a Class K star. It's a Class K2 star K2. And that is an aquatic outpost. And I don't play Stellaris, so I have no idea what any of this means. But it's welcome. And this is a mode that you can turn on or off as well. So we'll actually get to find out what some of these things are. Now then. This is what I was talking about. So this is one of the ways that if you get the defect unknown galaxy, or you get an unknown galaxy within the daily challenges, you can't see what's coming up. So you can't be min-maxy and efficient with your route like I like to be, which annoys me, but also can make it quite a challenge as well. So maybe this will be fun. I doubt it. I love min-maxing games. But it's different, isn't it? What's that? Another aquatic outpost. Move, 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 move. God, look at that for a salvo. Yummy, man. See if we can show off the old... No, we're going to have to take some damage first if I'm going to show off that. Oh, let's try and ram something. I never can do this. Oh, see how that's stripped? Like 1/3 of my shields, though. It's great and everything, but I don't like my shields being stripped. Thanks very much. So I think that's the problem with this ship, is it's designed as a ramming ship, and I'll tell you, when you get it, when you nail it, and actually getting close in the camera with this makes it a lot easier to pull off. So maybe that'll help us with the old camera angles. But when you nail it, you do a shit ton of damage to enemies, but it looks like you always take damage yourself regardless of where you hit, which is, yeah, unfortunate when, well, you've seen how quickly you can lose health in this game. So, anywho, as said, one of my watchers thinks the Pandora is the best thing since sliced bread. I am not of a similar opinion, but hey, each to their own. If that's what you enjoy, happy days. I like the vampiric effect of the blasters, and I like that the different ships, some upgrades that are previously fucking useless are all of a sudden great. Now, planet with a pulse. What could this be? I did, for those of you listening to my ramblings, I did mention it earlier.
Void spawn.
That's no planet!
Primordial screams cause great damage.
It's a fucking
Additional
egg!
threats detected, Captain.
Need to finish this one off quickly because it damages shields. Look at the scale of that bad boy. So yeah, that planet was actually a monster. Or a space creature. We have a tropical world there. A class G star. A class something star. A relic world. Another relic world. It's a nice little touch. It's something you actually have to unlock through the meta progression as well. I like it. I'm not going to leave it on because I don't spend enough time looking at the skybox, although as I've talked about, I should. Anyway, let's scan it and see what he gives us. I can't remember what this one gives us. It's been a while. It'll be level 3 though, so it'll be pretty good. This is actually one of the worst upgrades in the game. Damages and pushes all enemies away if ship shield is depleted. Damage strength is at 20. So it's a lot of damage, but it's when your shields are depleted, Normally this is bad, because we don't want our shields to be depleted. However, all of a sudden, this becomes the best upgrade in the game, because when our shields are getting depleted, we can recharge them with our blasters. And so, of course, you can continually proc this off and get lots and lots of uses out of it, because your shields will be constantly going down to 0 and then being recharged. We like this. And this is what I was talking about. It does feel like these extra ships have been designed around the game to make some of the shitter components actually really good. And that's great. And there's another one like that we can get as well. And if we get that, I mean, that one's pretty good. But if we get the other one, it's like game over. It really is. And at level 3 as well. I almost feel getting that early on is like fucking cheating. But yeah, we'll maybe get to the first boss of this and then we'll end it there. Now, have we got much in the ways of money, though? What we got there? An avian science station? An ocean world? Another relic world? An arid world? I mean, the descriptions aren't, you know, we're not talking... We're not talking Shakespeare here, but, you know. Thank you, Vaughn. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I haven't done particularly myself any favours playing that bloody Shogun game all day just before streaming. It's really good. I really enjoy that one. Hopefully get to show it off. So, this one's not too bad. Chance of restoring ship shields by 50% if depleted. The fact is, though, it only triggers once per sector. Now, the thing that I don't know with this is chance of restoring ship shields by 50% if depleted, if it only triggers once or it only has a chance of triggering once. The fact that it's got a 75% chance off the bat isn't too bad. It is. So one thing I was going to say, I said about working towards upgrades. Excuse me. That's the one. Yeah, we're going to be silly overpowered in this now. This one and at level 3. That's ridiculous. This one's not too bad an idea to take because of the style of ship that we're playing. When you get the discount up to 60%, the maximum amount of discount, you always want to buy this. You always want to buy the one that is discounted. For the simple reason that you buy it for 40... Oh, hang on. We can't sell. What? Oh, right. It's because I haven't selected it. Fucking idiot. And it's even worse in this. Look at that. We're buying it for 40 and we can sell it for 300 and a 20% repair. So we'll bear in mind that we've basically got $300 dues in the bank. And on top of that, we could get a 20% hull repair at any time between missions. So that's really good. Oh, I've got unlimited laser as well. I forgot about that. Bloody hell, this is going to be a cakewalk. Special rerouting. Chance of instantly recharging our energy when depleted. Again, I don't like to play with this, but with probabilities. But with the amount of money we have, the fact that it's level 3, we're buying it for 100, and in this mode, we can sell it for 3. So we want to be buying everything just because we can sell it for more than we paid for it. Stupid traders. Stupid. But we don't want to sell them yet either because we haven't got anything to do with them. Everything's already fully upgraded. So I do find that a lot of these daily challenges, or their daily journeys, not challenges, they're not so much a challenge. They are just another way to play the game, and I don't know, if you're struggling, potentially a more enjoyable way to play the game perhaps. So let's see if we can strip ourselves of our shields. I'm not doing it with these guys. They can stop foxtrot. Look at that, unlimited laser. Shame it's given us the ship that's got the worst laser. They're still pretty good. Oh, these are just ramming ones. I mean, I could give the asteroid a bit of a nudge. Ow. Ow. See that? That just took... For me losing my shield, it just took half the shield, half the hull strength off of everything. Just because I lost my shield. And we can be... When we're fighting things, when we're getting overwhelmed, that'll be constantly proccing off. Because things will be constantly taking our shields down as we recharging them. And then as you can see with this ship, as I fire the blasters, regardless of the target hit, my shield recharges. Isn't that lovely? I actually, no, I think it does matter, target hit, because I think it's based on the amount of damage that you do. And obviously, blasters are more effective and so do more damage. Oops. Oh no, I'm not at the moment, no. I need to actually play it with hand tracking first, I think. Just so that I can get used to it. I don't know, it'd be like, you know, getting you to try and play one of your favourite games and changing the buttons, you know, without having ever done it before. It could be potentially a bit of a nightmare. The one thing that I would say, though, is once I'm used to it, I would imagine it'll probably be just as good. I will give it a go. I'll make a point of giving it a go, and then if I think it's worthy, I'll play it on stream. The one problem that I have is from the fact... So, no, I'm playing it on controllers. Is a long-winded way to answer your question, Kim. The one thing that I will say, and I'd imagine a lot of you will have had the similar experience as well, is a game that can have either controllers or hand tracking. The controllers are just always a better experience, and you're always going to have the controllers. Although, having said that, there are some circumstances, rare ones, where you have to send your controllers back to meta because stick drift or tracking issues or what have you, where you might need a... Oh, excuse me. You might need another way to control the game because you can't use your controllers. Fuck missiles, volatile blaster, yeah, we're broken. Absolutely broken. This is how, if you like playing these sort of games and achieving that perfect broken build, it's these sort of modifiers that you can do it with. Although the only problem is they're daily. I think you can play them more than once, but what we will do is before I end the stream, I'll die and see if we can go back and play. Oops. Oh, we don't never need to upgrade anything. Too easy. Too easy. But again, this is playing it when it's like this is a great way to learn how to play the game and what things you want to go for. Ooh. Oh, I know. No, this is just a regular encounter. One of the encounters is great. You've basically got two fleets facing off against each other, and you get to decide who you want to fight with. And it just changes things up. I wish they did more stuff like that in this game more often. It's great. And it handles quite a lot of enemies on screen at the same time as well. It's quite impressive. The missiles that we get for this ship are a lot less damaging, but faster moving, and we get lots more of them. Don't ram the asteroid, you fucking idiot. Idiot. Look at that, unlimited laser. Don't even need to manage our weapon systems. That is part and parcel of what you won't have seen here tonight as well. It is very intuitive to just literally flick the D stick left, right, and up, and it's very precise as well. You will know when you have stick drift when you can't do this well, if you can do it to a reasonable level. Oh, it's a Class A star. I see. Let's go middle road. Don't know what's there. But yeah, stick drift. Stick drift is terrible in this game. You'll know if you have stick drift because you're doing things.
This is a very evasive Leviathan.
Space creature. So this one constantly drops these bombs. Some affect hull more. Some affect shield more. Oh, we need to get him. Hey! Oh, let's try and lose our shields, and so I can show you what I'm talking about. Hey, they got lasers. Good stuff. Outstanding, Marine. Do a bit of damage. Could actually use these shuttles to our advantage now. Because as they damage us and drop our shields, we'll do damage to everything on the map. And that's going to help us. I'll trim the numbers down a little bit. Not too much. Just so this is manageable. And I'll kill them with lasers. No, thank you. So normally you just let it play out, but I'm trying to show it off here. Shield stripped. Absolutely KO'd everything, and I got a load of my shields back as well. With that other ability. So yeah, fantastic ability. That is. And not only does that not only did they get damaged, but they also get stunned. Which basically means they're hurting and they can't do anything. And that can just keep on triggering. Such a good combination of abilities, and it's really good on this ship. Ramming fucking speed! Get out of our line of fire! And as you can see, it costs us more than it did damage-wise. That cost us quite a lot of hull. But again, it's done a decent amount of damage to everything as well, if we were interested in that also. And we can get our shield back at the very least. And it procced off again and killed absolutely everything in the level. Perfect. Scan this, get the hell out of here. I think this one's quite a good one for blasters. Necroid mining station, whatever a necroid is. Chance of our blasters now stunning targets, 10%. Yeah, we're proper. I mean, if we weren't broken before, Jesus. Very, very, very broken.
Trader ahead, Captain.
Look at that bastard up there. A science nexus. And that is a class A star that's being harvested for reasons. And another science nexus. So we are in Sciencey, Nexusy. We're in Kimland. Science Nexus, Kimland. Right. We take the aggressive aura. This is actually really useful to us. Increases damage at close range. What we're using, blasters. What are they? Close range. So's the laser. So that's really good. And it's the discounted one, so we take it anyway. But in this mode, we take everything because we can sell it for more than we paid for it. So I'll just have it all. Atomic missiles. Miniature, but atomic missiles. Let's have a quick look and make sure. And off we go. So yeah, we'll kill the first boss. That'll probably take us to time, because I do like to keep these. I do promise the devs that I'll do at least a 3-hour stream. I think that's fair. For a handful of keys. Well, not promise. I say that we usually go for that long. I feel that's the right amount of time for me to give the game a good run. God, I don't even need bloody blasters at this rate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, great. That's why you don't hyper jump into a fucking asteroid, you idiot. Bye-bye. Ooh, I wonder if this will work. See if we can... Oh, well, here's a new game. Oh, I went straight through it. Bugger. There's that missile doing all that stupid damage again. We got infinite laser, haven't we? The infinite laser is probably the thing that's making this trivial, even though the laser isn't that great for this thing. It does. Things hit with the laser do take more damage from other sources for a little while. That's the other special that this one's got. But it's not your long-range weapon anymore. You don't really have a long-range weapon. You're supposed to be doing everything at short range. Still haven't seen any of those big... Aha! 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 Good. I'm glad I got to show that off on stream. Because I don't see anybody doing like tips and tricks videos on this. Ooh, that's a point. Let's have a quick look, just in case. No, doesn't. I thought destroying asteroids might recharge your shields, but it's only enemies. This is the Silver-tongued Devil ego-sized rock that I was talking about. Note, if we scan it, it does not glow, because it's the things inside it that are the ones that are mineable. So what we have to do, and I suggest you destroy it with whatever's your most powerful. If we destroy it and then scan, you'll see that there's 3 sneaky little bugger asteroids in there that we can harvest for the good stuff. Oh, also note as well, when I mine at the end of a level, all of the things that are revealed are automatically collected. That's another thing that's within the meta progression. It's nice to have. You don't need it in like challenge run sort of things, but obviously, you know, it's a weird one. It's meta progression, quality of life. It's, yeah, strange combination of things, but hey, you know, you might have the spare to spend it on. I don't think you need to get it to get anything particularly good afterwards, so, you know, it's not like you have to get it. But hey, quality of life features. You can, once you've collected it as well, turn it off.
Bickering.
Doubtful. Right, let us go for... And note how with the Pandora, the Tinkerers give 2 extra missiles for 100, because our missiles are faster, smaller, we get more of them, but weaker. Substantially weaker. But they're still pretty good. They also lock on very fast. And now, hopefully, this is a 2. A 3, rather, not a 5. But I think we've got it either way. Which one's the mine one? It's that one, isn't it? Oh no, you're the missile one. Oh, we hate you. Let's ram it. Ush! Bam! Have some of that. Ooh, we didn't actually take any damage that time round. Lovely stuff. No. One for you. And then the rest for you. Well, that was a damn sight easier than our last attempt at that boss. Absolutely destroyed it.
Stellar performance, Captain.
Thanks. Eh? See? I'm glad these things show up on streams, because I swear people don't know about them. I haven't seen anybody mention the big rocks. I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen many people do much on this game in respective gameplay.
Captain.
Oh, I trust him, don't worry. Increased maximum ammunition, that's good. Laser sequence and more damage for the lasers, that's also good, seeing as we have got infinite lasers, but we've got a lot of things pushing into blasters already, plus blasters recharge our shields. So, as you can see, sometimes these daily runs do kind of trivialize the game a little, but then you get to enjoy it in another way, where you get to have that OP fantasy, because you can have the underpowered fantasy all you like in the single player.
Good wares, Captain.
Ooh, can we make ourselves even worse? Quantum reversal. This is one of the last unlocks you get in the game. Resurrects the ship once if destroyed, causing this to break, and restores the ship shield to 100% and the hull by 25, 50 and 75%. This gives you an extra life. For those of you wondering as well, if you ever activate the timed mode modifier, last time I did it, which was a while ago, and there has been one update since then, when I used quantum reversal because I died because the time ran out, I got an extra like 5 minutes, I think it was, or an extra 10 minutes. So that can be useful if you're struggling with the timed mode, picking that up. Get you an extra bit of time. Might as well grab all of this. Yeah. Note how it's all level 3. You can get a chance of finding all of these things at level 3, as you progress through the meta progression of the game. Right, I think that will do us. Let's see if I can die. Oh, this is actually going to be more difficult than it sounds, because I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to things when my shield gets stripped. Oh, I can crash into asteroids. That's a good idea. We haven't done that yet. Hey, bam! Fuck you, asteroid. How's my flying? Terrible. And even then, so that's a couple of asteroid knocks, couple of missiles. I rammed him. And we died when I was using my special to ram him. Oh, crap. Just picked up that extra life thing, didn't we? Shit. You. I'll just run into you a few times. Bam! How's my driving? Bam! How's my driving indeed? Terrible. Definitely got the worst skin on as well. Just realised. Probably not the nicest or easiest one to see in the blue of space, but... And ramming speed! And ramming speed again! Haha! Have at you! This is my first legitimate death in this game for actually quite a long time. Although it was kind of forced. Oh, it's all gone red. So there is a reason why I was doing this, because I've never died during a daily challenge. Yeah, there you go. So even if you die during a daily challenge, if you really like what you're seeing and really like what you're playing, you can go again. And there's actually quite a lot of regular names on here when I do come on and see, and you can also see how long it is until it switches over to a new daily journey, which will have a new craft and a new set of 3 modifiers. And it switches over, well, that's 1 PM as far as British Standard Time is, or yeah, CET +1, I think it is. Something along those lines. So, just to sum it up, congratulations to all of our lucky winners. Please do drop a comment on this video if you're enjoying or not enjoying your experience. We don't judge here. I'd like to hear feedback on games, positive and negative. However, you will have no negative feedback on me for Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game. This has been a game that I have ploughed a lot of hours into, continually come back to play, still enjoy to play, an absolute joy to stream when I'm doing the camera angles right, apparently. And yeah, just a fantastic game. I would imagine the only negative criticism that I could give this game is if the person isn't spot on their camera work and actually moving through space and staying near the ships and doing the bits and pieces, well, yeah, unless you're watching on the big screen and in like high def, then a lot of the action might be missed. And maybe that's why a lot of people don't stream it. I don't know. But I love streaming it. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. This has once again been Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game running natively on the Quest 3. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.